Hello, everybody. We are pregame at Stellos Stadium. John Collins, Matt Neverett, Tom King before the 2017 Battle of the Bridge between North and South in football. We're expecting a great game. We already had North on, South on last week. Sean Holland lit it up in the passing game. Tom, how do you see this? Is there any favorite going into this game?
No, I think this is one of the more evenly matched, matchups of the rivalry in the last 3 or 4 years. And I'll tell you what, this is a game right now. If you look at it and you start to project standings and teams and how they're going to do, I'm still thinking right now, the way teams are playing, that 3 teams from the the South Conference are going to make the playoffs, and only 1 from this conference is going to get in. And I think it very well could be the winner of this game tonight, because that would give a tiebreaker edge as well. I think this game is the most important regular season game that either of these 2 teams are going to play this year, not because of the rivalry, but just because they are the 2 best teams that are left out of all the other teams.
There's a lot of talent on the field. Matt, you've done some homework on the game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really a battle of 2 different styles, really. South coming in with 18 seniors. North had 18 last year. They have 8 this year, so they're relying on a lot of young guys, Mike Lovelace, and the receiving core as well for North. They use a bunch of different guys in a bunch of different sets, and Coach Lorendi said that he wanted to be a more balanced attack, that he thought that they passed the ball too much in their earlier games, and last year they were really clicking at their best when they were using a balanced attack. So expect to see a lot of running tonight from the Titans.
Yeah, they're going to try to get R.J. Jenkins going. I don't think he got 240 some odd yards his first, 250 I think his first game, and he's been kind of held down a little bit since. I think they're going to try to get him going, and along with Brian Montminy, who's got some ability as well. But the key kid, you mentioned him, is Holland for South. But he's got to have people catch his passes. And if he needs a sure catch, look for Alex Amigo to be that guy.
Alex Amigo, number 40, who's in that crowd of Purple Panthers sprinting onto the field to the cheers of their student body and parents and fans here at Stellos Stadium. Of course, this is like a Turkey Bowl preview that we have later in the year. These 2 teams guaranteed to meet twice within their own division during the regular season, also in the Turkey Bowl, and maybe even, I think we had one year where they met 3 times.
You did, way back in 2010. I don't know if that would happen this year or not. I think I have my doubts. They would have to do it. It would have to be in the semifinals. It wouldn't be in the first round.
The threat of rain may hold the attendance down a little bit.
I don't know about
that. A few people. But that would be good for us, more viewers on NashuaETV.
That's true, on NashuaETV. I like the way you think, John Collins.
We are just moments away from the opening kickoff, and we will wrap up the pregame, but stay tuned. Pummel the Panthers. That's the Titans opening banner that they are waiting for the players to sprint through. The kickoff for the Battle of the Bridge 2017, North versus South, is just minutes away.
He brings water. Can you come up?
The New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association presents the Life of an Athlete program.
Hi, I'm Morgan Andrews. I play at the University of Notre Dame, and I believe in the Life of an Athlete program.
My name is Corey Hassan, and I believe in the importance of Life of an Athlete program.
I'm Kevin Nolan. I play for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, and I believe in the importance of Life of an Athlete program.
My name is Carlo Reyes, and what I do every day is just living the life of the athlete.
Learn more at loanh.org.
are ready for some football here at Stellos Stadium. A huge cheer went up after the national anthem was played at Stellos. John Collins with Matt Neverett and Tom King getting ready for the excitement. We've got a full camera crew to bring you the action and the expressions and the faces of the crowd, as you saw right there with cameramen Scott Silva, Frank Wallen, and Tim O'Neill. Jim McLean is handling the directing. We're also joined by Pete Johnson, our executive producer, who was at the controls as well. We have the coin toss. The co-captains are out there, Matt.
Yeah, that's number 27, Brian Montmany, and number 6, R.J. Jenkins. Both will factor into this game heavily. They are used a lot. Expect to see the ball in Jenkins' hands on the majority of the plays. We said in the pregame that Dante Lorendi, the coach for Nashua North, said that he wanted to run the ball more. He thought that their balance was a bit off in their first 2 games, which were both wins, coming off a loss against Londonderry last week when they scored a late touchdown to take the lead. But yeah, expect to see R.J. Jenkins with the ball in his hands, especially pounding it up the middle. He said he wanted to really enforce that run game up the gut.
Yeah, you mentioned the Londonderry game. That was impressive. They're a good team, Londonderry.
Yeah, it was a lot of back and forth. 13 points for North in the fourth quarter, but Londonderry with 14, including a touchdown within the last 2 minutes of the game to really take that lead. And Coach Lorendi said that, coming off that loss, especially with such a young team, he wanted to see how they would rebound. And he thinks, rivalry game aside, that this game on the schedule would be, coming off that tough loss, how they would define their season.
Terrific. So the excitement continues to build here as we get to see who will receive and who will kick off to begin the game. And as you can see, the Titans will take it on the screen to our right. Yeah, watching some of the highlights of South's game last week against Merrimack, really impressed with the arm strength of Sean Holland. I mean, he can actually throw the ball in a line 40 to 50 yards.
Yeah, and I mean, the scouting report on him is that he can move. He likes to run around in the pocket. If you go back and watch the highlights, I don't know how many throws he made from inside the pocket. As soon as he feels pressure from the one side, he immediately darts to the sideline. But like you said, that strong arm allows him to make throws that a lot of other players at this level cannot. His height allows him to see over the line and around defenders as well. And really the opposite on the other side. Mike Lovelace, the junior quarterback for Nashua North, played in this game last year, the Battle of the Bridge, as a safety, but this is his first year at the helm of the offense. So we'll see how he reacts. I know they're going to be rushing him a lot early and often.
Barring a turnover, we will get to see Mike Lovelace on offense first here at Stellos. Great crowd is on hand. Students are out in force. We saw them at the Battle of the Bridge volleyball game last night. That was won by the girls from South in a sweep, 3-game sweep and a best of 5, and that was a rocking gymnasium, and the student school spirit has carried over to this football game tonight. It's a Friday night, September 22 of 2017, as we get to kick it off at Stellos. The head referee, Stan Merrill, umpire Butch Muntz, and linesman Ryan Glass, line judge Rich Zeka, back judge Kyle Snow. It is received by North's Ryan Ali. Ali takes it to about the 40, the 41-yard line. A pretty good field position here for North and their first possession of the game.
It'll be Mike Lovelace. The old expression under center really doesn't hold true anymore because both of these sides are employing a fast-paced offense that really only features the shotgun. R.J. Jenkins split off to his right.
Lovelace hands the ball off, and sprinting through the line is R.J. Jenkins. He had about 5 yards, Matt, before I think he faced his first contact.
And head coach Dante Lorendi, that's his strategy right there. He really wants to pound the middle. Jenkins, a guy that can really do it with the speed. As you can see there, not a big guy, but able to get low and generate that speed to generate into power as well.
Kevin Maldonado is a big guy. The fullback is leading the blocking, but Jenkins gets hit near the line of scrimmage and dropped.
And that's the thing, John. You can't do that every play. Trying to set the tone early, and Maldonado not able to set a good enough lead block. Same play, different result, and a big third down upcoming on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, big Kevin Maldonado is the fullback, number 44, but he's off the field right now for third and considerably long here. They complete the pass, a quick hitter from Lovelace, to Nick Bala, or Bala. Nick Bala's a baller, I guess, and he makes the catch, and he had it first down as soon as he received the ball.
And the ball coming up big for a third down conversion on the first drive of the game. And talk about setting the tone. They're not going to go down easily here early on.
Yeah, North made that third down conversion look pretty easy. And Jenkins bursts through the line. He bounces off of a defender. Had about 6 or 7 yards on the first down carry.
Yeah, and that was a good job on the stop. It's number 11, Anthony Mealy, the senior outside linebacker, just stuffing Jenkins and even sent him back a couple of yards. But it's going to be interesting to see how North is able to take this success on first down so far and turn it into good drives.
You see each team gets 3 timeouts. There's a handoff up the middle. And Lovelace carries it about 2 yards. North's had those scattered plays where they're able to stuff the run game of North, but the question is, can they do it for 3 straight downs?
Yeah, and the size of this defensive line, Jalen Pacheco at the linebacker, and Nathaniel Tejada, really 2 of the big names that head coach Scott Knight had mentioned to us during the week.
Tejada is 213 pounds, even though he's only 5'8". Lovelace is going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. He goes through the middle of the line, and he has the first down. They move the chains.
So 2 for 2 on third down conversions. If you're Dante Lorendi, you've got to be happy with this drive thus far. And if they're able to get points on this drive, regardless of if it's a field goal or a touchdown, it's going to be successful in terms of setting the tone.
Shotgun snap, the pitch. Jenkins trying to get outside, and he does for about 5 before he's tackled near the far sideline. Alex Amigo in on the tackle.
That's 5+ yards on every first down. There's been 3 so far for this Titans squad as Maldonado checking in for Jenkins. And on that last play, Jenkins showing what he does the best, just getting around the outside. I know they like to pound him up the middle, but when he's outside in space, he is a scary runner with the ball.
In the I formation now, North. The handoff is to the I back, and that is number 27, Brian Montmany. Had a good head of steam when he hit the line, but only a gain of about maybe 1 or 2 on the carry. The third and a long 3.
And if what we've seen so far is any indication, this third down, they're going to call a run up the middle. That's what they've been able to do so far on these third down plays. And with Maldonado back in the game, and a split formation next to Lovelace, that's what I'm expecting.
And instead they go with a quick hitter, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Austin Willette, who's their best deep threat. And it's going to be 4th down, and they'll probably go for it, I would think, with this position on the field. Opening drive of the Battle of the Bridge football game between North and South here in 2017. And this is our first 4th down test for either team in the opening possession for North.
And R.J. Jenkins not in the game. It's Maldonado split to Lovelace's left.
4 receivers, and the fullback is Maldonado. Back in the shotgun, Lovelace. He's got Montmany in motion. He gives him the ball. Montmany trying to turn the corner, and he has the first down, I think, by a half a yard. Let's see where they, oh yeah, a full yard make that. A successful play, well designed by North, and they retain possession of the football.
And Tavon Olson on the stop there, just about a half a second too late. Montmany, a good job of immediately bolting to the outside, saw tons of space and took advantage of it. So North perfect on third downs, and now perfect 1 for 1 on 4th downs thus far.
Lovelace back in the shotgun, and he's going to hand this off to Jenkins. Twists and turns, but can't get away from the front defenders of South. A good play by the D on first down.
And initially, I thought that he was going to be able to bounce that one out, but a good job by Jared Beeren of just holding on to the ankle. Jenkins so shifty, almost got away. But the first play for negative yardage of the game so far for the Titans.
Jared Beeren, number 30, figured prominently on defense against Merrimack last week in the Panthers win. Montmany has the handoff, trying to go off right tackle, and he's stuffed near the line of scrimmage.
And for Nashua South, getting backed into a corner here, all the momentum heading the Titans' way in the beginning part of this first drive of the game, but that defensive line holding stout. And Dante Lorendi's plan of running the ball and having a more balanced attack looks to be stalling here. Third down and a long 12. They're going to need to go to the air if they want to get close.
Keep your eye on number 5. It's 3rd and long. Here's the pass, and it's Willett on the slant in, and he's got it for a first down.
And you called it. Willett on the outside, a little play action, a quick hitting, a little skinny post, I guess, from the outside.
That play went for a touchdown against Auburn, that very play from the spot of the field, Matt, and that nearly went for a touchdown there, but the D-back came up and brought Willett down, but not before he got the first down. And North is looking like they're going to take this all the way in. Second down and goal from about the 7-yard line. It's a keeper. Loveless lost it after he hit the turf, and the head referee, Stan Merrill, says, I'll take that ball back because the ground cannot cause the fumble. It's still going to be third down and goal, though. And maybe another passing situation for North, although Maldonado, the big fullback's going out there, and you think that might indicate they want to maybe run it once or twice.
Although I'd love to see him get the ball through the air. I'd love to see Maldonado in open space.
Harken back to the fridge of the 1985 Bears.
Little pistol look here on third down.
And the handoff is to Jenkins, trying to turn the left corner, puts a sprint on, cuts it up, and he's near the 5, but it'll be fourth down and goal from the 5 for North. Decision time here.
And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on, trying to get this play off quickly. They may have called 2 plays in the last time looking towards the sideline.
Justin Arneson, a junior linebacker, the big stop on Jenkins at the 5. Fourth down and 5, and North looking very much like they're going to go for it here. No field goals wanted.
Look at Maldonado moving up. They're going to jam it on this left side.
And they give it to Jenkins. He goes to the left, but he hits the line, and it's going to be South's ball on downs. Look at number 66 for South. He's got the spirit. That's Nevin Roy, who was in the middle, a big body, and there was nowhere to go.
And when we asked head coach Scott Knight earlier on in the week who he was looking at in terms of his underclassmen, Nevin Roy was one of the names that he brought up, 6'3", 300 pounds. He said he can get off the ball well and fill a gap, and he did so there with Jenkins pounding through behind Maldonado, and a statement stop early on for South.
And a good look at Nevin Roy on the sideline. I don't think I want to run at him.
Especially with his speed. He can move.
He can move, too. There's a handoff up the middle, the first offensive possession of the game, and tough to bring down. Jalen Pacheco, 5'9" and 220. He's a loaded running back.
If you can get that center of gravity nice and low, you can do some damage in the middle.
So our first look tonight at Sean Holland, the strong right-arm quarterback for the Panthers on 2nd and 4. Second and 4, has some options. What he wants to do here, he's going to keep it. He's following some blocks. Holland trying to get to the 14 for a 15 for a first down, and he does. First down carry for the quarterback on a keeper for Sean Holland.
That's not going to be the first time we say that tonight. Loves to run the ball at 6'1", 180. A little bit of speed around the outside. Looks to keep it himself.
He seems to play bigger than 6'1".
He does, especially with the arm, like you mentioned. He's really able to find gaps that a lot of other quarterbacks at this level are not.
You don't have to get open all that much for Holland to find you with that arm. He fires it deep down the sideline, and he's got a man, and he's got it! Hauling it in before he tumbles out of bounds. It is 45. And we don't have
I believe that's Tony Agor. Talked about it a little bit before the game. And freshman, he made a big contribution in last week's win.
He's wearing 45. We have him listed on a roster as 84. He was a key player last year. And up the middle, or up the left hash mark, for almost a first down carry, number 31 on the carry. Jalen Pacheco, stopped by Brian Montmany. He got about 9 yards on the first down carry.
And if I'm South here, I keep going for the big play. Punch right back at the Titans. They were able to drive down the field, ultimately a big stop in the red zone, but you got to get some points here if you're the Purple Panthers.
And it's a sack, a huge one. Maldonado, two-way player, gets in the backfield and sacks the elusive Sean Holland. Big play by the Titans.
Yeah, and he was untouched coming around the outside. And Maldonado, like we talked about, big guy, able to move. And A big sack brings them back in a huge third down in the middle of the field for South.
It is. This is not two-down territory for the Panthers. If they don't make this 6 yards, we'll probably see our first punt. Holland straight back to drop the pass, and he's going to be tackled from behind. What a play on the pursuit.
Donovan LeBate.
Too much. Great pursuit of the quarterback here.
So big third down play. You see Holland here dropping back, immediately feels the pressure. That was Jenkins, and then number 29, Donovan LeBate, just too quick. Holland trying to make a throw on the outside like he does so well, but a smart play for him to just pull down the ball, take the sack.
A terrific play by LeBate. End over end, punt's going to bounce free, and it's a good bounce for the Panthers. It's going to get all the way inside the 15 before it rolls to a stop at about the 12-yard line.
And that's why you do the Aussie-style punt, as they say. You kind of run it off to the right. You just pooch it end over end, hit at about the 26, 27-yard line, and rolled about 15 yards. So a great punt sets up Nashua North in some less than desirable field position.
That'll help the punting average.
And
that's why you see the daredevils in the NFL so many times making those fair catches with, surrounded by the opposing team. It just, those bounces can kill you. They're on the 11-yard line. It's a lot of real estate to cover here for the Titans on their second possession of what is a scoreless game with 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. Jenkins just nothing in the middle for the South defense. They are just stuffing the run in the middle.
And ever since the Titans got inside the Panthers' 30-yard line on that last drive, something clicked in that defensive line to where they're not allowing any push-off. And as you can see, that the Titans' offensive line maybe has them a little bit in size and speed, but a lot of times it's the stuff that you can't measure that is the victory in the trenches.
So we'll see what Lovelace does here. He bobbled the shotgun snap. He's heaving it deep down the right hash, and he overthrows everybody. There's a flag. Amigo is pleading his case as he was covering Austin Willett.
And I think he's arguing that was an uncatchable ball, and I would tend to agree to him. Lovelace just kind of fired that one up there. Willett did a good job of selling it, though, kind of throwing the hands up before the ball even got to him. So game's first penalty is a big one.
I think there's a discussion going on here about whether they're going to pick up the flag. They're going to call it. And according to the umpire, the pass interference prevented the receiver from getting in the area of where the ball came down. So it definitely did look like an uncatchable pass at the end, but they're going to get South for cause here, it looks like, from the spot of the foul. They mark it off. And it was near the line of scrimmage where foul occurred.
So they
far from it.
So they did not call that there. But marking them up here as Lovelace just kind of fired that one up, and you're struggling on offense, may as well get a big penalty over the top.
Yeah, that is a bonus, a gift for North. Jenkins trying to turn off right tackle. You see, I don't know what upset Anthony Bale, number 11, but there's some kind of penalty on the play, but it's a short gain. Successful play for the Panther defense. A 1-yard gain, call it, for Jenkins. Lovelace in the shotgun. Hit shot of R.J. Jenkins standing next to him. A one-step drop. It's a double move. He's got a man. He overthrows Austin Willett, who had 2 steps on Amigo, the defender.
And that's what they were trying to do earlier. Willett was able to get around Amigo this time, but the right arm of Lovelace just a little bit too much. And a big third down upcoming, and the Titans so far through a drive and a half, we'll say, have had good luck on third downs, but this one a bit longer, 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Yes, and again, the main threat for North's at the top of your screen, number 5, but got Montmany in motion and the whistle before the snap. Our head official, the referee, is Stan Marrow, who's on your screen right there. And North gets called for a false start. It's going to make this third down task even tougher here, Matt.
So you got the penalty earlier on in the drive to move the ball up. Everything's evened out now with the penalty to move it back, although the situation for this one a little bit more dire to set up 3rd and 9, now 3rd and 14. and you almost have to go over the top.
We have not had a turnover yet in this game. This is the danger zone for North in that regard. As he throws it up, it is overthrown. It'll be 4th down. The only person that could possibly have caught that was the intended receiver, Matt Levitt, and it was about 2 steps beyond it.
And that's twice now that we've seen Lovelace air it out. Yeah. I mean, he obviously has the good arm. That one a little bit less of a spiral, more of a dead duck style. But he's got the arm for sure. He just needs to pinpoint that accuracy, throw it to an area, and let your receiver run under it. So now Nashua North with their first punt of the game.
North making sure they have 11 players on the field.
That was big Tyler Griffin hustling off the sophomore.
Sam Nichols boots it away. It's going to be short, but it bounces. Good Titan bounce. Nice roll, too. It's going to get it all the way down inside the 30. So it turns into a respectable punt with no return.
So 2 punts so far, and we've seen 2 pretty good rolls. That one might have been a little better, but the punt for South traveled a little bit further in the air and set up worse field position. But nonetheless, Nashua South out for their 2nd drive of the game. And I think after this drive, we'll really be able to determine, one way or another how this game is going to go, because one drive is not enough to really judge these sides. But drive number 2 for the Titans was stuffed. It was really marred by the Nashua South defensive line. A couple of miscues from Lovelace as well.
Look right down the line of scrimmage here. This is South's 2nd possession, as you can see. 2:02 remaining first quarter in a scoreless Battle of the Bridge football game. Straight drop. Holland looking to his left, fires it. He's got a man. It is complete. What a pass and what a catch by the Nashua South Panthers. And Holland again showing off that great arm.
Yeah, and Downing wide open down the middle. Holland, a good tight arm action there, throws it up over the middle like you talked about to where only his receiver can get it. And a great jump from the receiver Downing, only 5'7", $140 going over the top.
Great fingertip grab. Tackle made by Donovan LeVate. And that may have been, it's no game. I was going to say it was a loss of a half yard. It's right at the line of scrimmage. So good stop by North trying to stave off this momentum that South suddenly has. This is a talented quarterback. Holland rolling out to his right, looking to pass on the run, and he put it right on the money, but it dropped that time. Tough break there. Holland had also a lot of great passes last week that were unfortunately dropped by his receivers. I think you're going to see he puts this right in the face mask.
And I'm surprised we don't see more of these designed rollouts for Holland, and right there, just over the outstretched hand of the North defender, and that's going to set up a big 3rd down. So two big passing plays so far for the Panthers, and they haven't been able to do anything with them.
How about the accuracy on rolling out like that? Curtis Harris was the defender. He was up a few steps, but put it right past him to the receiver, intended receiver, Amigo. He's in motion. Now it's Amigo toward your screen. Looking to the right again. Holland steps up in the pocket, fires. He's got a man. It's Amigo. He's got it. Amigo puts the brakes on, and he is in for a touchdown. A spectacular play. 43-yard touchdown pass for the Purple Panthers, and Sean Holland nearly unstoppable at quarterback with that powerful right arm.
And it was only a matter of time until one of these 2 sides got on the board. They've gone over the top, found the mismatch that they like, and Alex Amigo, a great move there. And Ryan Ali tried to bring him out, but yeah, the face mask. I don't know how the referees missed that. One was right there at the 10-yard line across the field, the other on the sideline here, and they're going to go for 2.
I don't think they tack it on. When you make the touchdown, I think that it's like a goal.
You're going to decline that regardless, yeah.
Right, when there's a guy in the penalty box, right? The goal still counts. Oh, a naked bootleg, and Holland beating the defenders to the end zone. Sean Holland putting on a show here with the arm and with the feet.
Exactly right, John. Fakes the handoff there, fools everybody. You can see a couple of Titan defenders really turning on a dime as soon as they see Holland, and no one's going to catch him to the corner. A valiant effort from Steve Larkin, the Titan defender, but Holland putting on a show through the air and on the ground so far. Make it 8-0 Nashua South.
Yeah, we'll fix that score in a minute. It's actually South pitching a shutout right now, 8-0. We'll reverse it.
But nonetheless, Sean Holland, we knew coming into the game that he was going to be a major factor on the offensive side of the ball. And now with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the first quarter, it's going to be up to Mike Lovelace and this Titan offense to respond, because if South goes up 2 scores with the way that their defensive line has been playing, this is going to be a tough deficit to come from.
And the kickoff by South is out of bounds. So that draws the flag.
And one thing, when we talked to Coach Scott Knight from Nashua South, he said that he wasn't happy with the team's intensity, especially in practice, leading up to last week's victory against Merrimack. And he said something clicked last week and that they've been having their best practices of the year. He said this week was by far their best week of practice. But he said that they try not to get up too much for this rivalry game, that they try to treat it with the same intensity and it really a separate entity from last week, trying to separate the momentum that they got and heading into the rivalry game. They want to treat this as just any other game, and Sean Holland, a big part of that, really, like you said, on the air, or through the air rather, and on the ground.
Mike Lovelace is going to keep it going to the right, gets hit near the line of scrimmage and maybe got a yard. Good defense by the Panthers. Again, Alex Amigo in the middle of the fray. Also number 6 for South. Saul Pasquale was in on the tackle.
And the Titans are going to have some luck going through the air here, because they're not getting anything through the ground.
Lovelace in the shotgun. On 3rd down. Run it to the left. 2nd down, excuse me. And he had to go 8 and didn't get nearly close to turning the corner there. South pursuing good to the left and to the right on defense.
Yeah, really moving sideline to sideline. Montnamy has not had any room. Every time he's gotten the ball, really has not been able to do much. And you see R.J. Jenkins there with the hands on the hips. He was really active in the first drive, maybe drive and a half of the game, but he's been able to be shut down. This South line standing stout.
3rd and 8. Lovelace fake the handoff, fires it, it's tipped away. Good defense by the Panthers. Alex Amigo stepped in front of the intended receiver, Austin Roulette, and receiving some deserved congratulations and praise from his teammates there. A nice play by Amigo defending North's top receiver.
They're running this jet sweep fake, not fooling anybody, and great job by Amigo to go up. We talked about it earlier, only 5'7", but he's able to get up. He has great hops, able to knock that ball away. The accuracy for Lovelace has got to improve if North wants a chance in this game. And if you're Nashua South here, score in any way can really put a vice grip on this lead.
I think back to what you said about knowing the tone of the game after both teams had 2 possessions. And that seems very true right now. We have South kind of taking control of this on offense and defense.
Because early on, that first drive, the very first drive of the game, it was Nashua North driving down the field. A couple of big 3rd down conversions, that 4th down conversion to get them into the red zone. But ever since then, it's been all Nashua South. A couple of big plays through the air, and on defense, they've been able to stand strong in the trenches.
This will be the last play of the first period. You can see 2.9 seconds remaining as Sean Holland drops back into the shotgun. He sends out Amigo in motion, and he will give the ball to Amigo, trying to turn the left corner. Got about 4 yards on the play, and that will end the first period. It's a good one for South. They're up 8-0. The teams have their full complement of timeouts, 3 apiece. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 39-yard line. We resume here in the 2nd period of play. John Collins with Matt Nevert and Tom King. We've got a full camera crew doing an excellent job so far tonight. Scott Silva, Frank Wall, and Tim O'Neill, and Jim McLean is directing here in the press box of Stellos with us as we look in at the Titans hut.
And if I'm Dante Lorendi and staff, I would be getting into the linemen and saying, you need to get a better push off the line. Do what you were doing that first drive. R.J. Jenkins and Brian Montmany were able to get some decent yardage, especially around the line of scrimmage. We saw a couple of runs in the first couple of plays of the game where Jenkins was untouched through 5 yards. But since then, the linebackers, especially Pacheco and Amigo, when he has not been in coverage, have really filled the gaps nicely. And Nashua South with a chance to go up by a couple of scores here. And if they're able to just do what they have been doing on offense, you know, a couple of runs here and there with Amigo and Holland namely, and have Holland go over the top, the big plays have really been successful so far for the Panthers. And I keep going to them. I keep going right through the air because Holland has done great. Tight spirals and a quick throwing action catching these Titan defenders off guard.
Holland sending number 18, Eric Downing in motion. He rolls to his right. He's got pursuit by Jenkins. He throws on the run deep. He's got a man. Put it on the fingertips. And it's just off the hands of Tavon Olsen, but can't get over the accuracy of this guy on the run.
And they've had success with these design rollouts. R.J. Jenkins almost gets him just a little clip block there. And right here, in and out of the hands. That's got to be a completion, especially with Holland on the run, throwing off the back foot right on the money. Big-time arm from Nashua South's quarterback.
Oh, making a case for being considered one of the best quarterbacks in New Hampshire Division I with his play last week and this week. That's the 2 weeks that I've seen there. In the shotgun. It is 3rd down and 6, and he's going to get tackled. So I'm singing the praises, but it's time to praise the North defense for getting in there and making a key sack.
Yeah, Donovan LeBate and Steve Larkin able to penetrate, and Holland nowhere to go. That's what you got to do with it with guys like this, especially the guys that like to run, where as soon as the pocket collapses, they take off. You got to come from the outside because the guys in the middle will be waiting, and a good job and a big stop from Nashua North. And now a score here really negates a lot of the momentum that the Panthers had been able to get. If you can get a long drive here, you can go into the half with a little bit of momentum.
Steve Larkin and Donovan LeBate on the sack. Half a sack each, I guess, is how they scored. Another positive roll for a punter. Look at that thing. All the way down to the 30. And 29, you can mark it, 1st and 10. So North's going to have to earn it again. They are 71 yards away from pay turf. 8-0 South enjoying the lead right now. A lot of football left to go. 11 minutes in the first half, and then put up another 24 minutes in the second half. But South with that explosive offense. They could score with Holland's throws from anywhere on the field, it feels like. And Loveless and the North defense are kind of having to churn it out. And Montmany, great spin move, 2 spin moves, gets them outside the 41 for a 1st down.
And that's what they're going to do. Titans not having a lot of success through the air. They're going to need these big runs on the ground. And he tried for that second spin move there, John, just taken down. But once you get into that second level, it becomes that much easier for these speed guys in Jenkins and Montmany to make one defender miss and really break it for 20, 30 yards.
And it's Montmany, and he's going to be dragged down. Kind of a wrestling move there by South's Jalen Pacheco, number 31, the linebacker. That's how you wrap a guy up.
The suplex, not allowing him to get anything.
Thank you. Still fans waiting to get in? Wow, that was impressive.
Battle of the Bridge, baby.
Good game so far.
Yeah.
Handoff by Loveless. Good job at Jenkins getting through the line, but he just couldn't get away from number 64, Seth Marcano.
One of 18 seniors on this Nashua South team.
Seth Marcano, good close-up of him right there.
And a good job. He just hung on to the shoelace there.
Run.
Yeah, with Jenkins in space, a dangerous threat to be sure. And a 1st down saving at least play, so a big 3rd down upcoming.
And 9. Loveless has Montmany in motion. Fake the handoff. Deep to Willett. It's a good pass, and he's got it. Austin Willett down the right sideline. Mike Loveless' best pass of the night couldn't have come at a better time.
And they've been trying to set this play up for a couple of drives. Montmany in motion. Loveless a pump fake, goes deep, and this ball thrown to an area like we said. And right there, got 2 feet in. That's NFL style for Austin Ouellette.
Just want to applaud for that one. We were talking about the accuracy of Sean Holland. Kudos to Loveless for answering back. Handoff to Jenkins up the middle, and he's got about 5.
And those are the runs that were so successful in that first drive where North really had been able to get a little bit of the momentum. You know, not the prettiest of plays, a 4 or 5 yard run, but you start tacking those up, all of a sudden you're at over 100 yards.
We'll have after 4 possessions, 2 each. We thought South was in control of the game. North has followed up a defensive stop with a pretty impressive drive here, but nothing there for Lovelace on that keeper.
And that was a designed run. He's been holding the ball in the gut of his jet sweepers, mostly Montmagny, but that time just flashed it, brought it back, and ran right up the middle. A designed run all the way. But once again, this Nashua South defensive front holding strong, especially inside the 20. That first drive of the game, it looked like Nashua North was driving down the field, couldn't be stopped, but with their backs against the wall, this Panther defensive line able to hold strong.
Passing formation here on 3rd and 8. Lovelace dropping back, a bubble screen in the middle, but there is a host of Panthers waiting for the receiver there to stop him.
And I think Nashua, they ended up with the ball.
Wow.
They ended up with the ball. They were all over it, and a screen thrown into traffic, and that's number 66, Nevin Roy. A couple of big plays for him.
Definitely. Nevin Roy. Let's see how he came up with that.
Would have loved to have seen him in some open space, but right up the middle.
Loose. He's on top of it. He just holds it up.
Wow. Nevin Roy.
That's a look what I found, but I think some of the hard hits in the middle produced that fumble.
Threw it right into the gut. He might have caught that in the air. But Nevin Roy, the first turnover produced of this game, and that was one thing that Dante Lorendi said cost them dearly in the loss last week to Londonderry.
Disappointing if you were a North fan. They had a drive going there. They were threatening to tie this game up. Instead, South has it with 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And a handoff to Amigo, who cuts it off to the left side, left tackle, and got a big gain on first down.
And that's 2 trips inside the red zone for Nashua North. And 2 times Nashua South has been able to hold strong. Once on a 4th down stop. And then, are we calling it a fumble or an interception? Because it really could have gone either way.
Right. I think it was a fumble after the catch. Fumble? Yeah.
So caught and then fumbled, but wide open there.
Holland
Yeah.
with the hard count. He actually got Kevin Maldonado to jump offside. Encroachment against the defense.
So a bad sequence of events there for the Titans, giving up the fumble, which is now being officially recorded, and then a decent run by Amigo, followed by the penalty. And they're going to keep it in this same formation on the Panthers. Wide open, and why not? With the way that Holland's been running around, and with the arm that has been well documented.
2 receivers split left and right. The tight end splits off to the right. It is complete, not going down until now.
And a flag out at about the 50-yard line, so we'll see if this one's coming back. But Holland knew that the pressure was coming, delivered the ball, and it took a monster shot, but the penalty down the field at about the 50-yard line, and South marching backwards. It's going to be a hold on them.
Off. Or, was it pushing off or holding, Jason?
They're going to call a hold.
He went like this.
Some kind of a blocking infraction down the field. We'll see if we can pick it out here on the replay. But Holland, a 3-step drop, took a couple of big hits right there. Downing, a spin at the 50, gets out of a tackle, and then right there. That's number 18. Yeah, so that's a tough play. And sometimes in these rivalry games, you just get too caught up in the moment and delivering a tough shot downfield. That's Alejandro Sanchez with the penalty.
It's still, let's see, what is it? What's the down? 1st and 5? So they got the first down, but the penalty brought them back within the first down yardage from the spot of the foul. Sprinting to the right, Holland somehow he's still on his feet, and he made something out of nothing there.
So after all that, he gains about a yard.
It's like, how do they not get him?
Just a shifty play, some good blocking. Tried to call for a block on the outside, but just too many Titan defenders in one area.
Right.
And he goes down. That makes it a 2nd and 3 on the 40-yard line.
Clock ticking, 7 minutes and change left to go first half. John Holland looking for the sideline to get the play.
They're content to just run this clock out, try to get it as close to the half as they can.
Jalen Pacheco, the lone running back, trips left. They're going to throw. Wide receiver screen. Downing has enough for a first down. Very close to it. And they're going to say first down. That moves the chains just enough there on the pass from Holland to Downing.
And they're going to be content. These 4 or 5 yard gains get them you know, closer and closer to the end zone, but run down the clock is going to be the big thing. If they're able to go up 2 scores, hold North scoreless heading into the half, that's a huge momentum boost for a team coming off their first win of the year.
Again, Pacheco, the sole running back, trips right this time, and he's going to throw it toward Pacheco, but maybe a good overthrow there. That could have been a loss on the play. But the player that really sniffed that one out was Ryan Ali, number 3, defensive back, was not fooled, and he's ready to make the tackle that Pacheco received that ball. 2nd and 10. Holland not afraid to put it up and throw it deep and see what they come up with here. The receivers at the top of the screen are Tavon Olsen, Alex Amigo, and Downey. They're going to hand it off instead in a big hole for Pacheco. He is down to about Pacheco to the another first down.
Should be
well,
close.
They're going to have to measure it maybe.
About 3rd and a yard. Going to leave the sticks on the sideline, but a good job of recognizing man coverage on the outside. This Nashua South coaching staff led by Scott Knight audibling to the run away from the trips where they are not. You steal the expression from baseball, you put it where they ain't.
Yeah. So it's about the length of the football that South needs to make here on 3rd down. And they will have it. Gain of about a yard for Pacheco is enough to move the chains.
And Jalen Pacheco, you brought it up earlier, 5'9", 220, a low, stocky center of gravity for the running back. He needs a yard. He's going to get that yard, especially on a 3rd down.
Yeah. And decent holes being opened up by this offensive line for South. Rolling immediately to his right. Holland throws on the run. It's a dart. It was on the money, but it's another situation where his receivers kind of let him down there.
They've had success on these rollouts to the right, and we have an injured Titan at about midfield.
That's unfortunate.
But for Sean Holland, he's at his best on the run, so I'm surprised that they have not been calling more of these. We've seen them more and more as the game has gone on, but these designed rollouts to the right, getting him out in space, giving him the option to run it if he needs to, but he seems to make his best throws off that back foot.
Yeah, he does. It's like a shortstop just charging a ground ball and firing on the run. He's very accurate that way.
Wouldn't be surprised if he played some shortstop growing up. A good block on the outside. That was Maldonado who was injured, so able to jog off the field under his own power, which is a good sign. Look to just get the wind knocked out of him. He's on the sideline with the helmet on, so a big player for this Titan squad. They're going to want him back as soon as they can, but keep an eye on that clock, John. They've been able to run off about 4 or 5 minutes on this one drive alone. And another first down or 2, and they could be within 2 minutes. And with the way that this Nashua North offense has been playing, they're going to need more than that to march the length of the whole field.
Yeah, you would think so. So, Sean Holland trying to convert here on 2nd and 10. Rolling again to his right. Immediate pressure, steps up, fires, and it is incomplete. Good defense. Austin Willette stepping in front of the intended receiver, Alex Amigo.
And Amigo wanting a penalty, but back-to-back plays with the designed rollout. R.J. Jenkins, though, able to get a good contain on the outside, forcing the quarterback Holland to step inside and throw right into double coverage. No penalty needed there as Willette was able to get the hand on it.
Yeah, it was good timing by Willette. No flag forthcoming. And you see Austin adjusting the equipment between plays. He's been a key two-way player for the Titans in this game. Holland with a big 3rd and 10 here.
Wide open set with the tight end on the right.
2-step drop, fires to the left. Open man, it's completed. Nice play again on the pass and on the catch. Number 45 on the reception for North.
There's Tony Agor again.
Agor again.
And the design play right to him. You'll see it right here, wide open. Just a nice little curl flat, step or 2 to the inside. Had some room to the inside of the field as well. I don't think he saw that, or else he would have broke a little bit harder, but nonetheless, a big first down. And the biggest thing, John, is it keeps the clock rolling.
You know, Holland throws the ball so well. It reminds me of the Nerf balls. You know,
yeah.
He really grip and
slings it.
Throw, and he's got that extra grip and wrist action. Zips it. puts it right where he wants to. Handoff to Downing, the stiff arm. He's going to be pulled down after a short gain.
Donovan LeBate, the sophomore. Great job of holding on, and he's done a fantastic job this entire game of stepping in and making big plays. We saw him make a big play in coverage earlier, and then able to hold on as Downing thought he might have had some space to the outside, but not to be, as LeBate, again, the sophomore.
Good look at him
right there.
Number 29. Just a sophomore, as you mentioned. Don't put the heights and weights on the North roster. I don't think Donovan's working with 200 pounds quite yet. Holland back to pass, and there's going to be a pass interference call. Too much contact down the middle of the field, and that is going to be a big gainer for South.
Montminy just tripping up his man, and that's an easy one to call. So once again, they like Holland in this wide open set with 5 wide, not hiding their intentions on the play, and a trip by Montminy, and I believe that was Amigo, the intended receiver. He knew it immediately, popping up and clapping. So South has utilized a couple of big plays, and they're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it'll be 15 yards in high school pass interference. 15, not at the side of the foul. So interesting game, guys. I'll tell you, that pass by Lovelace into the heart of the line, I have no idea where that was supposed to be going.
That's one where he's showing his lack of experience.
It was received and then fumbled.
No, it wasn't. It was caught by the lineman. I was right there. He caught it.
And that's one where,
the defensive lineman caught the pass.
Picked it up from the ground.
I saw him catch the ball. I saw him put his hands on the ball in air.
Holland has it. Well, I hope but anyway, it was a big play. You're right. That kind of a bad decision.
An older quarterback might not have made that throw.
Yeah. Quick hitter to the left is completed to Amigo. Falls forward for more. They needed to get to the 10 for a first down. They're going to spot it at about between the. That is enough. It's going to be first and goal from the 10.
Yeah, they're going to put the chains away.
Yep.
And one thing we've seen from Amigo is if he gets tackled, he's always falling forward. Coaches love to see that. That comes when you get a little bit
This kid's got
lower
great
head.
instincts, perfect instincts.
He's always falling forward. Even that time, a
really good
hard
athlete.
tackle. Yeah.
Agor split to the left. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Pacheco plowing his way like a blocking sled, trying to run over number 76 for the Titans, Jordan Smith.
He just held on as tight as he could, not allowing the big body of Pacheco to get through.
So it's going to be second and goal from the 6-yard line now for the Panthers.
Bunch of Panthers to the left. Look for them to go to the right.
Holland wants the ball quickly, and somehow there's a
timeout.
Snap. A strategic timeout by
the difference between the two.
Wait a minute.
Oh, penalty flag.
They're going to call offsides, yeah.
Yeah, on North, lining up offsides.
Looked to be a hard
he pointed
count,
that way. Yeah, they're going to go. They're going to mark it half the distance. It's going to go down to the 3.
Big call.
With Pacheco in the game, look for him to get the ball. He's done a good job of plowing up the middle, getting about 2 or 3 yards each run. So wouldn't be surprised to see them go to him more than once. He's up in lead blocking right now.
He's right there. I don't know. I like Amigo in this situation to get the ball, but we'll see. Or Holland may run it. Amigo.
He's going to hand it off to the I-back, and a helmet comes off.
Oh, it's Downing.
Downing got the handoff, and because the helmet comes off, Maldonado has to come off
for the second time. But it was good to see him get back in the game after being down with an injury early on. The big number 72, Garrett Hillard.
All right.
That's a loss, though.
All right, coaches, what do you call here? 3rd and goal. It's not going to be up the middle, I don't think.
Well,
they're all spread.
So
they're all spread. Down, it trips to the top of your screen.
I think it's going to be Holland on a keeper.
I'm going with Pacheco.
I'm going to go with Holland to the left. Holland, yep. And he's going to go to the left. He's not going to get anywhere.
There.
Wow.
Great
good
step
defense.
up. Great defensive play by the Titans.
So, Tom, you were half right. He initially wanted to go to the right, following behind Pacheco, who threw a relatively good lead block. But that was number 12, Steve Larkin, able to break through the line just to Holland's right.
They're going to go for this, I would
Wrap
imagine.
it up. I think you have to at this point. Take the kicking game out of it, spread them out.
They've been known to kick it here, but I think that they're going to try to get the
And
points.
5 wide near the goal line on a 4th and 2. Holland's definitely got to be moving to the right.
Will it be successful on 4th and 2? The pass is incomplete.
And a flag.
And a flag comes in. Oh, Sam Nichols got flagged on the coverage of Tony Agor.
And right here, wide open.
Let's see it.
Offense
All right,
rather than
interference.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a tough call. I don't know.
From the angle that it was called at.
Yeah, he's behind the play, so that's where you would see him trying to call it that way.
And near the goal line, there's so little real estate that you got to allow just a little bit of bump and run. Granted, Nichols might have been a little bit too on top of him from that ref's vantage point where he was behind him.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just a victim of circumstance was Nichols. So.
Half the distance, 1st and goal for about the 1.5.
I give it to Pacheco. Let him jam it up the middle 3 straight
I
times.
think in this case, I think you're right, and I think he's going to get it. Let's see.
1st and goal.
There he is.
Pacheco behind the block, and he goes sideways at the last minute.
He's down to the 1.
Good stop by the Titans. Was there a fumble?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize there was the ball come loose.
He tried to stretch it out as he got to the goal line. You'll see it right there. Punched out right there by number 21, Curtis Harris.
Wow.
He fell on top of him.
Here's the difference I see.
Curtis Harris, a huge fumble recovery.
Great play. Here's the difference I see in the two offenses. North isn't getting their good.
Wait, the Panthers did have the ball. Yeah, there was not a fumble on the play.
But they're calling it that way. We had the advantage of the replay. The referees down on the field don't, so this call's going to stand.
I didn't understand that either.
Did you say there was no fumble?
No, I thought Panthers had, like the last guy that had it was a Panther player.
No, North was celebrating.
I know. What a pass and a catch and a run.
He's gone.
The
See ya.
distance. Austin Willett, the length of the field. Unbelievable play.
99 yards.
Talk about a momentum shifter right over the outstretched arms of Agor, and Ouellette turning on the burners from 50 yards on. No shot. No one's going to catch him. What a shift in momentum heading into the half.
You said it. Shocking turn of events. First they give a controversial fumble on what we saw on the replay. A South player coming away with the ball. And the
Coming
next
away with
play,
the ball, but maybe the whistle had been blown.
Maybe.
That's the thing.
I didn't see the ball come out on that replay at all.
No, we didn't. And I don't know, just a mysterious.
They jumped up and down. Somebody lost the ball somewhere. There's no other way North would have been jumping up and down.
If you're Scott
They
Knight,
reacted to the play. They didn't wait for an official to signal it. They reacted to the play.
They did.
Yeah.
you got to be upset if you're Scott Knight. Your club at the 1 yard line didn't look to be a fumble from any angle. And then a 99-yard touchdown pass on the very
now
next
the question is, you go for 2 or you go for 1?
Well, they went out there, lined up to go for 2, and then they
took a timeout.
The Titans called the timeout, saw something that they liked or didn't like.
I'd like to call it TV timeout to look at both of those.
I'd like to see those two plays.
Wow.
So they're out there. They're going to go for 2, try and tie this game up. But with the way that Nashua South has been playing on offense, 2 minutes is enough for them to get close enough for a field goal.
It is. I can't believe how this
That's
game
why
has
in that
changed,
situation
has
I might have gone for the 3, just to get a 2-score lead going in. But here we go.
The handoff to Maldonado. He's got a hole. He's got a 2-point conversion.
My God, the Red Sea parted.
You can't arm tackle that.
No, you can't. You cannot arm tackle his size.
Ran right through a defender here. Maldonado with the give up the middle. And that was 66. That was Roy.
Kevin Maldonado's in that hole. What a huge hole that the offensive line opened up, but at a price.
Paid the price.
Yeah, number 53 is Josh McElligott, who's a junior offensive lineman, slow to, you see he's clutching at his lower right leg. But he is walking, that's a good sign.
But all of a sudden, 3 plays ago, not even, Nashua South was at the 1 yard line of Nashua North, about to take it into the end zone. 2 plays later, it's 8-8 with 2 minutes left in the half.
8-8, a shocking turn of events here in the Battle of the Bridge 2017. The Titans have tied it up with a 99-yard touchdown pass reception by Austin Willett from Mike Lovelace, and then a 2-point conversion run-in by Kevin Maldonado. 8-8.
Whole new ball game, John.
Totally. 2 minutes left to go. You're kicking the ball back to Sean Holland, who is dangerous in a 2-minute offense with that great arm. Good look at the kicker, Caio Campo, end over end, and it's going to come down at about the 20. There's a live ball. Devin Linscott, excuse me, that was Jarrett Beeren on the return, and Steve Larkin on the hard hit to stop the returner in his tracks. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
John, I said it a minute ago. It still holds true. 2 minutes is enough time for this South club to get within at least the red zone. Try and get within field goal range.
And right into a passing formation here.
Let Holland do his thing.
Holland's got one receiver to the right,
Like
three to the left. He's looking to the right, fires it complete. And a quick move brought down. It was number 2 on number 2 over there.
Tavon
Olsen.
Yep.
Sam Nichols brought him down. He got about 7.
They're going to head right back up to the line. Try and get as far down the field as they can before having to burn any of those timeouts. Both sides still with a full complement.
Yeah, Holland is, he can go deep, he can go short. And he usually puts something on.
You're South, you don't want to give the ball back.
Yeah. Two-step drop, fires to the left. It's complete to Agor.
Wide open.
And I think they're going to get one more play off here, get across the 50-yard line if at all possible, and then start to use those timeouts with under a minute left.
Just a quick slant in from Agor. He was open, caught it as he went to the ground. Automatic whistle. High school football. Downing's in motion from left to right. Looking to his right as he drops back. Holland's going to tuck it under his arm and run it. Not too much there, though.
No, they've done a great job. No long runs for Sean Holland in this game.
Steve Larkin again on the tackle, number 12. Good look at Steve Larkin there. Just over 1 minute to go. South's going to take one of their 3 timeouts.
And I think this is a good call. Try to set your game plan here for this last minute of the half. You got a minute left and half the field to go. Are you going to try for the touchdown? Or are you going to try and get within field goal range? I think that these decisions are the ones that are being made right now by Scott Knight and company.
I'm sure that
they're going for
all about the touchdown.
Yeah, they're going for the 6 if they can get it.
There's Scott Knight with the headset on toward the right of your screen. As the South offense sprints back out onto the field. Players on both teams rehydrating, kind of breathing hard, as you would expect at this point in the game.
I've rehydrated, John.
You have too?
Yes, I've rehydrated also.
I mean, it's been a physical battle. Both coaches told us during the week that, last week was physical, but they wanted to really step it up, get the intensity going early on, and it's been a defensive struggle.
Oh, sure.
Keep in mind, Sean Holland can reach the end zone from this spot on the field with a single throw. Always a threat to go deep. Straight drop. He is going to look in the middle, a little bit low. Tavon Olsen incomplete, the intended receiver.
The Panthers have been able to get men open over the middle of the field really all game. When Holland looking to the outside, looking off that safety, that middle opens wide up, especially with these 4-5 receiver sets that they've been using here late in the first half.
Yeah, a rare misfire there by Holland, and not getting too greedy. He wants to get that 6 yards to get a fresh set of downs. It's 3rd and 6 at midfield. Straight drop, looks right, now throws right, and a good tackle.
Oh, it's all about the tackle there. And did they mark him down or not? I think they did.
Mark him down.
They did mark him down.
So it's going to be 4th down. Just a yard gain.
Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. Surprised they're not calling a timeout here, but they're trusting Holland, and now they're going to send what looks to be the punt unit out on the field as Holland jogs off.
Yeah, you see Ryan Ali, who stopped.
You know why?
You
don't want to give Lovelace another chance at roulette down the field. That's
they're going to run this clock down to about as low as they can get it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd even take the penalty.
Yeah, you might as well here. Run it down to about 10 seconds.
It's going to be
Yep,
That's
referee
Jason
raises his
Roby,
hand
the public
5,
address announcer you hear in the
and they let it go. Yep.
And there is the punt that they do get away with just 4 or 5 seconds left, and the roll will probably. Well, that was a dangerous pickup.
To end the half, may as well. With no time on the clock.
That's true.
That is not a smart move.
No, but
not a smart
that
move
is the end
at
of the
all.
half.
Yep.
Well, an exciting first half of play here on NashuaETV, and we have no idea what's in store for the second half, but that's why it's fun to watch. On a Battle of the Bridge Friday night, September 22 of 2017, we are 8-8 at halftime. John Collins, Matt Neverett, Tom King, and our A-team on production. We will have the halftime entertainment here on NashuaETV. Stay with us for the exciting conclusion of this one, live from Stellos.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Now entering the field is the Nashua High School South Purple Panther Marching Band and Color Guard under the direction of Tony Coronis. The Panthers are also under the direction of drum majors Chelsea Columbus and Ben Talerski and Color Guard Captain Brenna Delano. Assistant directors are Natalie Spots and Thomas Sousa. Percussion instructors Charles Davis, assisted by Tim Morrow. Visual designer is Tom Sousa. Band director for the Nashua South Band is Tony Coronis. Nashua South Panther Marching Band and Color Guard present its 2017 fall show, A Rockin' Good Time, featuring Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry, I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett, and Talkin' Out of the Side of Your Neck by Cameo. Enjoy the show. A nice big round of applause for the Nashua South Marching Band and Color Guard.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Now entering the field is the Nashua High School North Titans Marching Band and Color Guard under the direction of Kristen Olson. The assistant band director is Elizabeth Nault. Visual design by Kerry Swift. Drill instructors Kevin Swift and Elizabeth Nault. Color Guard instructors are Nancy Forty, Wendy Sullivan. Drumline instructor Charles Davis. On the field, the Titans are directed by drum majors Missy Lavoie, Braden Smith, and Jaylene Velasquez. The North Marching Band and Color Guard presents its 2017-18 show and would like to dedicate this season to the memory of Jacob Goulet. The show is titled North Shore and includes Surfin' USA, Rock Lobster, Soak Up the Sun, and Umbrella Beach. Sit back and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Nashua North Band and Color Guard.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Welcome back, everybody. We're at halftime of the Battle of the Bridge 2017, an 8-8 game, a great game for this big crowd as you get a good look at some of the Titan student body there on the, I guess they're on the near side of the field today. John Collins, Matt Neverett, Tom King. We had some really exciting pass plays in this game, not just from Sean Holland. I was kind of hyping up the strong arm of Sean Holland and what happens, but Mike Lovelace heaves the ball downfield a couple of times. Matt, we're going to get a look at the big pass play that South they scored on early in the game. It was their second possession to take the game's first score here. This is Sean Holland.
Yeah, and coming into the game, we knew the arm of Holland was going to be a big factor, and that it was. You see the big pass here, and a nice cut up and a missed face mask call. But Alex Amigo walking backwards into the end zone. That opened up the scoring and was the only points of the first quarter, as Holland, as good as advertised, not only through the air, but also on the ground as well.
Now we get a look at Mike Lovelace returning the favor later in the game. This is one of their good pass plays. This one doesn't go for the touchdown, but it's a double move.
Yeah, and this one was near the beginning of the second quarter, and a nice catch by Ouellette. Far from the best catch he's made all night, but good job of going up top and going NFL style, getting the 2 feet in bounds.
Now the shocker. We find that we were talking about pass interference and then maybe a fumble on 1st and goal. It was actually 4th and goal, and South went for it, and they didn't make it. Right near the end of the first half, they were threatening to go up by 15-0 or even 16-0 if they tried another 2-point conversion. Instead, the pass interference gave them the ball on the 1-yard line, but it was 4th down. High school rules different from the NFL and pro rules. So they got stopped, and immediately here we see North go back to the air. Shocker of a play.
And it was the swing of momentum that really was the biggest shocker for me. Ouellette, a great job going over Tony Agor and turning on the afterburners. Nobody was going to catch him once he crossed midfield, and that's been the only offense realistically other than the other Ouellette catch. It's been the Lovelace-Ouellette connection that has leveled success so far tonight for Nashua North, but 8 points in the first quarter for Nashua South, 8 points in the second quarter for Nashua North, and that's where we sit right now, John.
That's an impressive sprint that we saw there from Ouellette. I wonder if he's on the track team.
If he's not, someone better sign him up, because Tony Agor, no slow player, and he was able to just run right away from him, getting out to that outside, and Ouellette has really been the offensive MVP for the hands and then the yards after the catch, the yak attack from the Titan receiver.
There you got to look at the press box here at Stellos. John Collins, Matt Never, Tom King, and our camera crew, Scott Silva, Frank Wallen, Tim O'Neill, and our director calling the shots here, Jim McLean, along with our executive producer, Pete Johnson. So glad to bring you this one as we look at some of the players for the Titans milling around on the sideline. Must have been an interesting halftime speech for both teams.
Yeah, because realistically, there wasn't really too much that either side did wrong. You know, the bad decision from Lovelace to throw that screen pass into traffic over the middle, and the couple of overthrows, really the only mistakes that he's made. But this Nashua South offense has had a ton of space over the middle in terms of the passing game. So if they're able to continue to open up their formations, we saw at the end of the half they went 4 wide, 5 wide pretty much every play. Not only got Holland into space, but the receivers into space as well. Tried to find Amigo a lot over the middle, and Derek Downing also a big contributor to the offense for the Purple Panthers.
That is R.J. Jenkins stretching it out on the sideline. There you see Scott Knight among the coaching staff for South. His assistants are Matt Froment and Bill Monson. North's head coach is Dante Lorende, and he's got a lot of assistant coaches. Chad Cibolas, Kyle Tave, Rob Russell, Zach Harris, Tony Santorsa, Rick Leavenworth, and Brad Crick.
And we'll see how these two teams come out of the half. You know, really nothing too important could have been said at the half for both sides. Just go out and keep playing your game. Nashua North was able to find the offense, a couple of big plays late in the first half. And, you know, obviously with the rivalry game, you want to keep your team as level as you can, and that's what Dante Lorendi told us during the week. You want to have the same approach to this game, and especially to this half, as you would any other game. You can't look across as, you know, guys that some of these kids went to middle school, elementary school with some of their buddies. You got to just keep a level head, stay, you know, the same intensity, and try to separate it just from any other game.
Moments away from kickoff of the second half here. I believe it was North that received the kick at the beginning of the game, so they'll be looking to do kick coverage, and South will be opening up with possession, barring a turnover on special teams here.
And I'll be interested to see if the Panthers come out with the same offensive game plan that they ended the first half with. Spread out the defense, find the space up over the middle, and let Holland do his thing. Sean Holland, the senior quarterback, has done a great job so far of airing it out, making the smart play, and that's been the main thing. No turnovers yet for him.
Yeah, whatever the stats are on passes attempted and completed, I gotta say, I think I've only seen him throw one bad pass.
Other than that, he's had a couple of drops as well.
He has. He's been on target throughout the first half. Holland being matched, though, by Mike Lovelace as far as impressive passing game in this one. Kind of a surprise.
And my question, John, is who's going to step up offensively that isn't named Sean Holland? Amigo has made a couple of plays. Jalen Pacheco has gotten the ball in his hands a lot, but really not able to do much of anything with it, rather. And Tavon Olsen has been a non-factor offensively for the Panthers.
Caio Campo has teed it up for North as we look down the line, and he boots it away. It's going to be deep. It's going to go all the way down to the 5-yard line. And Derek Downing has it. He sprints up the right hash mark till he is met at about the 25-yard line, maybe 26. First and 10 for the Panthers. Oh, a fumble, a turnover. In the scrum, somehow Downing lost the handle, and the Titans take it. So a key turnover keeps Sean Holland and his offense off the field.
You jinxed it, John.
I did. Barring a turnover. Wow.
So we're going to have to wait a minute to see Sean Holland and company.
Caio Campo with that weapon, that deep kick, and Downing sprinted hard, but the contact somehow forced the ball loose.
A little wildcat look with Brian Montmany as the quarterback, and a false start called on his first play, trying to take advantage of the misdirection, if you will, coming out of halftime. And got to be something that they discussed. No Mike Lovelace on the field, but they're going to keep Montmany out there, stick with the same game plan. And that's Lovelace right there at the bottom of your screen at about the 30-yard line. He's split out, so.
The starting quarterback at the bottom of your screen, and as Matt said, the Wildcat formation. Montmany's going to go up the middle, and not much there. Met by numbers 31 and 3 for South.
It's Pacheco and Frost. They stuffed him right away.
Yep.
And I'm surprised they went with that same look, because before the penalty was called, Montmany already had the snap in his hand on that play prior where the penalty was issued, and it was the same play, just a jam run up the middle. And that's one thing that the Titans have not really been able to get going at all, is the running game up the middle. You see Jenkins, the lead back here.
Golden opportunity here for the Titans as they recover deep in South's own end after the opening kick, and again, a straightforward running play that doesn't gain all that much.
Just not able to get anything going. Matt Levitt, one of 8 seniors on this Titans roster. And I like the fact that they're trying to switch things up and try new things on offense, but the one thing that has not been working for them is the run up the middle. We've seen that twice, really 2.5 times if you count the play with the penalty.
And you just saw the main reason why there's nothing up the middle. Nevin Roy, the immovable object, number 66. Lovelace going deep down the right, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by South. Number 12 is Devin Linscott.
And a young, inexperienced quarterback. This is Lovelace's first year as a starter. Underthrowing the ball into double coverage, a recipe for disaster.
As you'll see on the replay right here.
And just looking down the target the whole time. You knew he was going there. A good spiral, but underthrew it. He was trying to go for Montmagny.
There were 2 defenders there, Matt, and nice play by Lynn Scott. I think he's also Tavon Olsen in coverage. So Lovelace thrown into double coverage there.
And that's not the first time that we've seen him do that.
Yeah.
He was helped out by a knockdown earlier on in the game.
That's the good news for South. They intercepted a pass. Bad news is they got to go 96 yards if they're going to score here. The handoff is to number 31 Pacheco, and he gains a pretty good chunk.
Curtis Harris, the freshman, going right for the legs. He went low for Pacheco, which is about the only way to bring him down at 220, especially in that play where he was able to get the momentum churning.
Yeah, effective first down running play, 8 yards.
Here's the thing, guys. That's probably one of the better runs of the night. I mean, nobody's really running the ball well, except right here you see it again.
Pacheco bursts through the line, gets to the sideline after he turns the corner. A huge gainer for Jason Pacheco.
And what do you know? It's Harris bringing him down by going for the ankles once again. And Tom, as you say that, the biggest run of the night really for either side.
Exactly. No one else is running.
He can run pretty fast. You see in the replay here, he's puts his shoulder down.
It's like an 18-wheeler truck. You know, once they get going, they're hard to stop. They can get up there at a pretty good clip.
24-yard run. It's the longest anybody's had today.
And back to live action. It's a tackle by North after a very short gain of a yard on the play, maybe. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And Keenan McDonald, another senior, getting in on the action, making the stop. Again, only 8 seniors on this roster for Nashua North. They had 18 last year, so really trying to replace a lot of the starters from last season. Still early on in the year, and most of them on the defensive side of the ball.
Flag flies as the handoff is to Downing. He's tackled in the backfield. See who this goes against. North might want to decline this.
They're going to call it an illegal shift on the motion. I was wondering, because the flag came out before the snap had even gone.
They could make it 3rd down and 13 here if they decline the penalty.
Yeah, it's a good call.
And they will decline it. So it was a loss on the play. Downing got tackled in the backfield. And 12, 3rd and 12. So a key play here for Sean Holland and his South offense. We are 2.5 minutes into this second half, and an 8-8 game, in South trying not to give the ball back here. Probably would have to punt if they don't come up with 12 yards. Holland on a straight drop is going to run it to the right, and he gets close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it. They marked him short by a yard.
Let's see where that is, John. Let's watch his dive. Oh, we don't have replay.
No, we don't have a read on this one. Sorry. That's the one you wanted?
That's the one I wanted to see. And you can't do it. All the replays you do, and the one that I want, you don't have.
That's terrible.
Amazing.
They're keeping the offense out there. They're going to go for it.
Yeah.
May as well.
Why? In an 8, I don't think they're going to go for it. Nobody's running the ball that well in an 8-8 game.
Well, except for the guy that split out to the right,
Pacheco.
Pacheco.
How about that?
Give it to Pacheco.
They got it.
I disagree with the call, but it worked.
It certainly did. He got a nice hole on the right side of the line and easily makes the
I thought they would just go with the long count.
Yeah. I think the coaches are seeing something there, Tom. They're seeing an advantage for the South offensive line, especially on short yardage situations. One of the linemen might have shuttled into play. Top right of your screen, you can see the code on the play call.
Always interested to see how different teams really call that.
Yeah.
Pacheco again. They're going to.
This one doesn't go all that far. Kevin Maldonado wrapped up Pacheco just enough to stop him from gaining any momentum. 2nd and 9, exactly at the midfield stripe. An 8-8 game. It's really turned into a battle here in the Battle of the Bridge. No clear advantage for either team. Right at the 50. Holland drops back. Now he tucks it under his arm. He's under pressure, and he is out of bounds, well short.
They are containing him. They're doing a good job of containing him, that's for
Donovan LeBate forced him out of bounds.
And on that play, scrambling to the right, Holland looked like he was going to try and look downfield and get a pass, but that's the difference between Holland and Lovelace, the senior, and the junior who's first year starting. He pulled that ball down. He's content to go ahead and get 4 or 5 yards, set his team up with a more manageable third and about 6.
Well, I think Holland's a better runner than Lovelace anyway, right at this point right now. Lovelace doesn't have the shift. He's not as shifty as Holland is. Holland's a little bit more elusive than Mike is.
But you're right, too, about the point about restraint, because as good of an arm as he has, he could be tempted to use it all the time.
It's
on the
his
run.
third year starting. He should be able to see that. I mean, Matt's
going to fire it over the middle. He's got a man. It's completed.
Olsen,
still on his feet. Tavon Olsen is going to go in.
Yep, no, he's not. He's going to be brought
close to the end zone.
That's all Olsen. Makes the catch, spins away, and runs.
What did we say coming out of the half? They're going to try and look over the middle of the field. A crucial third down.
As they do here as we replay it.
And a great job by Olsen.
Watch the spin. There's
spinning
the spin
off
right there.
The second effort. Moving in and out. Yeah, that slant's been there all day for him.
Tracked down, a touchdown saving tackle by Sam Nichols, but first and goal for the Panthers. And walking into the end zone just about as he stumbles forward for 6. Jason Pacheco with the touchdown.
The power back has done just that for the Nashua South Panthers.
How about this hole that they opened up on the left side?
Well, they wanted to open it up about half an hour ago, didn't they?
And Pacheco has done a good job coming out of the half, running with some intensity. We talked about him in the first half, always falling forward, and he has really just been punching this Nashua North defense in the mouth, especially at the line of scrimmage.
South gets their lead back. Going to go for 1 extra point, end over end, and it's going to make it. That's Joshua Martin, 26, with the extra point. It is a 15-8 advantage.
And that's the drive you needed if you were Nashua South. Coming out of the half, the turnover on the kickoff return, able to get a big pick just like nothing happened, a couple of yards back, but basically the same field position. Handful of big plays, including getting the running game going, especially Jalen Pacheco, and he's rewarded with a rushing touchdown to end the drive.
South cheerleaders having something to cheer about here. A lead for their team, 15-8, with 7:41 to go in the third quarter. Still a lot of exciting football left to be played here in this Battle of the Bridge contest as South gets set to kick off. And teeing it up will be Joshua Martin at the 40.
Senior getting in on the action, one of 18 elder statesmen tonight in the roster for the Panthers.
Sam Nichols, number 2, down to it's a short pooch kick, and it is recovered by Matt Levitt, number 85. So a short kick by South gives good field position to the Titans as they try to answer back South's go-ahead score.
Just like you said, Lovelace going to need a good response. And with the way that the Panthers came out of the half and really jammed the ball down the throat of this Titans defense, they're going to need something out of this drive.
In the shotgun, Lovelace has Montmany in motion. He's going to hand it off to R.J. Jenkins, and he streaks ahead for a good gain on first down.
We haven't called his name in a while.
No, they've been,
he was really active early on.
Giving it to him more sparingly later in the game.
He's going to be split out here. Wide open formation for the Titans.
On 2nd and 5, and it's a close to a first down carry. Number 10, Mike Lovelace on the quarterback keeper. It gets it close.
He's got about 3 to
No,
go.
he's about 3 away from it, yeah. 3rd and 3, a big 3rd and 3 play here for
Again,
the
the
Titans.
offense, it seems, for North hasn't found, other than Ouellette, hasn't found their people in space.
Well, I look for Ouellette at the bottom of your screen on a slant in here. And the South jumps offside and gives the first down away. And Nevin, who has played a terrific game so far, just jumped on that time. In the middle. The hard count by Lovelace pays off, and they will move the chains.
And Tom, to your point,
they might even stay with the same play call.
Even half of Ouellette's catches have been, in traffic. He
Down the sideline.
Made a couple of nice plays over a defender or two.
See, this is the guy.
To Jenkins.
This is the guy I think they ought to get in space. They ought to spread it out so he can get the ball in space, because right now South is keying on him. R.J. Jenkins.
That's J.J. Arneson. Scott Knight told us during the week that coming into the year as an underclassman, they weren't sure where they were going to put him. He was an offensive guard, but they flipped him over to inside linebacker, and they said he's really found his niche, blitzing the quarterback and getting into the backfield, doing a good job of bringing down Jenkins for a loss on that play.
We had a good look at number 68, Justin Arneson, on the tackle, made a great play there. It is a loss on the play, and it is second down and long.
12.
A keeper tucks it under his arm. Lovelace is going to be tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage. South reacting well.
South reacted well, but Lovelace was so far back behind the line of scrimmage. He ran a long way just to get 2 yards on the play and get back to the original line of scrimmage.
True, he really didn't sell the pass enough to clear out any space in the secondary.
And he has not done that all night. Looking down the field, he's been eyeing up his receiver from the snap. You got to be able to look off the safety, but that's the mark of a young quarterback who is in his first year starting for this Titans offense.
3 receivers to the right. Straight drop. Lovelace heaves it up. It's up for grabs, and it's an incomplete pass.
And another slight underthrow there intended for Brian Montminy. And almost another costly interception. That'll bring up a 4th down for North.
Tavon Olsen, you see there with Devin Linscott. We're right in position on the replay here to make a play on this.
And once again, look at the eyes. Eyeing up one receiver the entire time, and that makes it very easy for the defender, in this case Tavon Olsen, to identify where the ball is going to go.
Nearly picked, and great pressure on the pass rush by Derek Chiavelli, number 74 for South. Fair catch, and a difficult one. Sliding and making the catch was number 17, Tanner Plord. No bounce and no roll that time, and that's why you make those tough fair catches. Get better field position for it.
So now the Panthers with an opportunity, and if they're able to get anything out of this drive, really put a good grip on this game, especially with the lack of offense that the Titans displayed, other than that 99-yard touchdown pass coming off the 4th down stop. Other than that, they've really struggled since that first drive.
1st and 10 from about the 32. Keeper, Holland, right up the middle. Nobody's touching him. Sean Holland at the 30, the 20. There is heavy pursuit, and he is going to dive just short of the end zone.
Just short, wow.
What a sprint by Holland down the middle of the field, broke it to the sideline and nearly made it in. That took something out of him, I think that dive did. He's trying to regain his breath.
Goes down and he's grabbing that right leg.
Yep.
Not moving too well at the moment. What's he got? Yeah, dead leg.
After that,
as Coach Jason Roby describes it, and it's coming back to him. Even he's walking it off, as they say.
He's trying to stretch it out. Maybe just a cramp.
I've had dead leg for about 20 years.
That's why you're up. That's why you're up here.
Right.
Here we see the replay of Holland before he got dead leg. Just it's a track meet.
And nobody down the field to block, so it's
Ouellette
speed
with that
on
great speed. Austin Ouellette just got enough angle on Sean Holland to force him out of bounds, and kind of letting Sean Holland collect himself. I think it's strategic.
This is a very smart timeout from Scott Knight. Let your quarterback, he looks to be okay, maybe just a cramp, get a chance to go to the sideline, get hydrated a little bit, able to stretch him out, and after that big, long run, give him a second, get the oxygen tank over for him.
I tell you, as this game goes along, that South offensive line has been asserting themselves more and more, opening up some big holes. Holland with a great handoff fake there, misdirection, and able to open up or follow a gap.
Holland, we've said it all night, has the opportunity and the skills to take over a game at any point.
Is he related to Jerry, the trainer, Tom?
Son.
Oh, dumb question.
You've been here for 3 years, Tom. He's starting quarterback.
So go over to Dad and get stretched out.
Well, what was interesting was Jerry, we don't know for sure, got a unsportsmanlike penalty last Friday night against Merriman. They're on the far sideline.
Oh, really?
The trainer.
The trainer.
Yeah. Goal to go. Sean's going to keep it. He's going to get tackled just short of the goal line. They gave it to him.
A good second effort.
He stretched it across the line.
Just kind of squirted through the tackle on a second effort.
I think North wants to see this replay right here again.
Right there, you see him go down, just kind of springs the ball over the goal line, apparently.
It's where his knee goes down.
And he's definitely got long arms.
The ball was over the line in terms of when he stretched out.
The official said his knee was not down. It was inches above the turf, but he just lunged forward, and they said that he was not yet down. And the kick is no good.
You saw it right there. The laces were towards him.
Oh, yeah?
Ace Ventura, laces out.
Laces out. So you can learn some things from the Jim Carrey movies.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, North is going to be hard-pressed offensively just because of the way they played, unless they can get somebody open in space.
Which they really struggled to do.
To come back and win this game with down 2 touchdowns.
And if you notice, if we were able to go back and put together all the passing plays in a sequence, all of their throws, especially the ones down the field, have been towards the sideline. I don't think that they've attempted a pass over the middle.
Right. 21-8, your score. Still a lot of game left. We've got 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And you notice how the passing slows down the time of game dramatically?
The first half was really run heavy, a pass every now and then for a big breaker down the field, but they've really relied on the ball through the air here in the second half, and like you said, it's really slowed down the tempo.
Yeah. I mean, I love the passing game, but I forgot how long it takes to play the game when the clock stops after every
You're not
pass.
on deadline, I am.
Yeah.
And I got 2 to write.
Jeez.
Although that last drive, taking advantage of a big run, and I like how they gave it to Holland there at the goal line. Let him finish what he started. Josh Martin
kicks a ground ball. It is picked up by number 3 for North. That's Brett Alley, and downed at about the 30.
So a similar kick as the last one, this time with a little bit of a better roll, but a 21-8 lead for the Panthers. All they have to do defensively is what they've been doing the whole game. Cover the receivers strong and tight down the field, and hold strong as well in the trenches, you know, the big uglies, if you will.
Lovelace in the shotgun, has R.J. Jenkins with him. He hands it off to R.J., who hits a big wall of tacklers at the line.
And there we go. That's what they've done all game. They're trying to jam the ball up the middle with R.J. Jenkins, but this Panther defensive front has not allowed it. Really, ever since that first drive where they had a little bit of success, but since then, really nothing. They've had to go to the outside if they want to run the ball at all.
It looked like one of the defensive linemen for South kind of limped off the field after that play. Deep pass down the right sideline. It was almost on target. Now holding and clutching a calf cramp, it looks like. Sam Nichols is going to be out of this game for the next play.
And what do you know, John? Another pass down the sideline for Lovelace.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a cramp right there. You can tell immediately.
Thing is, Nichols is not on the field of play, so people didn't recognize right away that he was down.
So the officials with the decision here that they could have kept that play going. The substitute already on the field, 11 men on the field for the defense. And now he's up and he's going to hop over to his own sideline.
So another sideline pass there.
Yeah, really.
You know, it's almost like it's their comfort zone for Mike Lovelace and Austin Willett. You can kind of use, I guess, the sideline to throw to a spot.
And it was another play where he really eyed up the receiver, Ouellette, and that's been his MO the whole game. Find Ouellette on the sideline, you get one-on-one coverage, throw it up, let him beat his defender. He's been successful on that twice, once on the 99-yard touchdown pass, but other than that, really limited to no success for Lovelace going to Ouellette on the sideline.
Tavon Olson being helped off there by trainer Jerry Holland. In the shotgun, Lovelace. There's a pair of receivers split left and right. Now he's going to trade positions with Jenkins. Straight drop to the right. Jenkins has it out of the backfield, down the sideline, still in bounds.
There you go.
To the 50. Big gainer.
What did they
first
do in
down.
that? What did they do in that play?
Found Jenkins in space.
Exactly. You've got to do that. You can't, you know, you've got to set up an offense where that's possible.
With the ball in his hands, Jenkins is as dangerous as anybody on either roster.
It's a 20-yard game.
But other than that, they've really only been jamming the ball up the middle with him where, you know, he's got the speed to get through there, but he's been struggling to get through that first level.
I mean, we talked about
Maldonado with the handoff. Going to the left, and he's
is.
got an opening. Kevin Maldonado with a huge gainer. That's the play you'd think you'd go with Jenkins outside, but they go to the fullback in the I-back position on the
so
replay.
South doesn't think that.
I love it.
Maldonado immediately cuts it to the left.
He can run pretty well.
And that's
for
what
a
he
guy
does.
his size.
He cuts to the left. He has some blocking.
Could have had some more if he were to cut that out a little bit more to the outside at the end of the run, but he's probably not used to being in that much open space.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what the officials
re-spot the ball there at the 35-yard line about.
First and 10, the Titans on the move. They're down 2 scores, needing to capitalize here. Jenkins around the right side has an opening, and he has got first down yardage and more for the Titans.
That's just it. Get him to the outside. Don't have him run up the interior. Get him to the outside. They like the fact that he's willing to do that this year, but still, look at the difference.
Jenkins in the up back position, and Lovelace will hand it off. Maldonado going left, pulls his way through. It's a healthy gain on first down.
And all of a sudden here late in the third quarter, the offensive game plan really expanding here for the Titans.
It had to. They were too much up the middle.
Got a long 5 to go here for the Titans. Jenkins bounces it out to the right side. He's got a first down inside the 5.
All the way down to about the 3.
Goal to go for North.
A little read option and a great move to the outside.
Mark it at the 4. Got 10. What do you think they're going to go with Maldonado?
To the left, yep. Nope, back to Jenkins up the middle and gets maybe 1.
Big guy's got to be touching it at some point here. I mean, he waltzed in for that 2-point conversion. No one touched him. As Matt said, they tried to arm tackle.
And I think we do see that at some point as Jenkins moving to the up back. Broken play.
And a keeper, and he's in. What a spectacular leap. We have a flag down?
I thought I saw it.
Yeah, flag coming from the back of the end zone.
Who was that on the score?
That was a keeper by Lovelace. As you see here in the replay, it looks like he wanted to hand it off to Maldonado.
Oh, there he goes.
There.
Yep, the fake.
And the flag coming from the back of the end zone, man.
Yeah.
Yep, nice leap by Lovelace for the touchdown.
Is it, you're not supposed to hurt him?
North is clapping, so it looks like it might be against the Panthers.
Let's see what this call is.
It was a broken play from the start.
Stan Marrow. What's this? He almost did the hand over the heart like we do the national anthem. I got to get my card of official signals. It is a touchdown. Leaping score on the quarterback keeper from 3 yards out by Mike Lovelace. Now here comes the important point after. And the kick is up and it is good. Caio Campo. It's a 1-score game again.
And that's exactly what you had to do if you're Nashua North, you got to go down on that drive. You got to get points. Ideally, the touchdown, just something to bring it back to a one-score game. And they did a great job. They evolved the offense like we were talking about. Getting Jenkins the ball in space. The big run from Maldonado helped as well. And just like that, a one-score game. And now the onus is back on the Panthers as we are getting ready to wrap up the third quarter. Still 2.5 minutes left.
So South about to get the ball back, we think, and try to expand on their 6-point lead now. It's a kind of a naked lead. You have North looking for a defensive stop, and if they can get a touchdown, they threaten to go up by 1. Just down by 6 as they tee it up at the 40.
You forgot the tee?
Yeah, I think you're
That's
right.
the one thing you need, but the penalty is going to move the kickoff up to the 45-yard line.
And he has shown the leg to reach the end zone from this spot on the field. He kicked it down to the 5-yard line from the 40. So you give him 5 more, he could kick this all the way to the goal line.
Well, last time Nashua North kicked off, they were able to recover a fumble. So let's see if they can recreate that magic.
Very few times is touchbacks in high school. You see them all the time in the NFL. A lot of times the kickers don't have this kind of a leg. And they're just going to let it go. So out to the 20. High school haven't adopted the 25-yard line though yet, because they don't really have to.
Yeah.
It's an incentive for, I guess, the pros not to do touchbacks. Yeah, but in the pros it's the 25. It's the 25 in the pros. I'm saying that they haven't adopted that yet.
That's because at the pro level, that they're trying to take the kickoff return out of the game because it's really where the biggest collisions happen at that level.
Right. Downing in motion. Holland has it. He's sprinting to the right. And Holland's going to go for big yards to the 40. One man to beat, cuts it back, and he has got inside the North 40-yard line. A huge play by Sean Holland on a straight quarterback keeper to the right.
And a player down back of the play.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's Tavon Olson.
I think it is Tavon Olson. I think it's number 2. It looks like, yep, it is.
He looks to be in some serious pain.
Yes, he does. So Holland goes all the way to the 40, so that's a 40-yard run.
Not sure what happened to Tavon on the sweep right.
Yeah, Olsen, a 5'10", 163-pound junior, has been in and out of this game. You remember he had the leg cramp on the north sideline about a couple of minutes ago, but this looks to be something more serious than that.
Breaking the action. We had a score from Hudson. Merrimack was leading Alburn 41-14. Not quite sure where that was in the game. Could be later in the game than this, you would imagine. We've got a lot of passing plays and some injury timeouts. And a big round of applause for Olsen, who is on his feet, but still not looking all that comfortable as he hobbles off.
And a 21-15 score here with about 2:30 left in the third quarter. And another big run on the read option for Sean Holland on that last play. He pulled it out nice and late. There was a lot of pressure on his running back Pacheco, but pulled it out and took it himself for a gain of 40, like Tom said.
Big play, big games, you look for your big player. And Holland is definitely South's big player. The question is, can he make the difference completely?
Too many men on the field for South, I guess.
Too many men or delay? Let's see if somebody goes off.
Some confusion about personnel. And
it may be too many. Now no one's coming off the field. So
somebody ran off immediately after the flag, so that does look like what it was.
Yep. Illegal substitution.
So that's exactly what that was, yep.
Now they got 12 players. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They're good to go right now.
11. Oh, yeah. Number 3 did not come past the numbers. Jason really pointing out that's a violation.
All these little rules you got to know, for crying out loud.
Holland, straight drop, fires a dart over the middle. It is completed. That is Brendan Frost. Still in bounds. Frost weaving his way. Amazing run by Brendan Frost after the catch. It was kind of an innocent little quick hitter, and as you'll see in the replay, Frost made all kinds of hay after the catch.
And here's where he did it, right there. The shoestring tackle that missed, right there.
Got away from
Amigo.
The shoestring
Gets
tackle
away from
missed,
Linscott.
and there he goes.
Wow, still on his feet.
He was not to be brought down.
Oh, we have a penalty on the play.
Penalty on the play will negate much of that effort.
But
by
it was
Brendan
not a
Frost.
lot of it. Not a lot of it.
No. Timeout
They're
North.
marking the ball at the 20, so that means that the penalty probably occurred somewhere around the 10-yard line.
Feels like the fourth quarter. It is nearing the end of the third quarter. We got a long way to go here in a tight
north
contest.
And south, it's never a quick one.
Yeah. So it looks like it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 when we resume.
And here in the second half,
on the move.
It's been two different styles of getting down the field. Both teams have moved the ball a lot better in half number 2 than they did in half number 1. For North, it was, 5-6 yard runs, some plays to the outside.
I think I've had a reason for that.
Tired defense?
Exactly. They're both getting gassed.
Yeah,
You've got a lot of guys going both ways.
And then for South in the second half, it's just been the big plays, especially from Sean Holland. He's been phenomenal on the ground. Haven't seen much of him through the air other than a couple of short passes, including that one to Brendan Frost. So it's been a couple of big plays that have moved the South offense down the field here in the third quarter.
And you can see both these offenses spreading the field, forcing the defense to run a lot, to cover a lot of ground, to cover a lot of people. Pacheco with the handoff is going to be hauled down by Maldonado and Linscott.
Yeah, this is not a bowl you over game, interior play. This is a get to the outside or get the ball in space, spin, try to avoid the tackle, and run as fast as you can. That's the type of game this is. At least it seems that way to me.
Especially here in half number 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Holland, I feel like he's due to throw a pass here. He's got the ball and he's going to hand it off again. Migo around left end, or trying to, and a good stick by the North defense collectively. Number 21 on the first hit, Curtis Harris.
Curtis Harris saved that play. It looked like Amigo was going to dance around and get some space and run, and Harris comes up and makes the initial stop to slow him down.
So now Amigo out. Jared Pierre will come in. As we're approaching the 1 minute mark.
For 1 yard. Third and about 6 from the 16.
Holland straight drop.
He's going to
keep it, and he runs into Maldonado and Linscott. It was not there. It looked like a design draw that didn't work.
Tell you what, if I'm the Panthers, I wonder if I think kick here. Well, it's the 20-yard line. It might be too far back.
Yeah, they're keeping Holland out on the field.
Yeah.
They got to go for it. And I would expect him to go for it through the air, and would not be surprised at all to see Holland with a designed rollout to the right. That's when he has made some of his best throws tonight. 3 receivers plus the running back that way.
So Holland back in the shotgun. Standing next to him is Jason Pacheco. Throws it complete inside the 10, the quick slant.
And it should be a first down.
And that's a favorable spot for sure on the inside of the 10. They're going to put the chains down.
Slant in front of the secondary. It is good enough for a first down.
And another pass over the middle. They spread them out with the formation. Run a quick little skinny post to the inside. Wide open. They've had that play all night.
Taking full advantage. Goal to go from the 9.
10 seconds left in the quarter. They might not get this play off.
Why should they?
They're going to try.
Yeah.
Pacheco, big hole inside the 5, down around the 3-yard line. Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 3. So as the fourth quarter begins, South in control of the game for now. They got stopped in short yardage, though, near the end of the first half. And North turned it into a 99-yard pass play. Not to say that'll happen again, but you never know. in this Battle of the Bridge 2017. We got a good look at the crowd here from our camera crew of Scott Silva, Frank Wallen, Tim O'Neill. Jim McLean and Pete Johnson sharing the directing duties in the press box here at Stellos with us. I'm John Collins along with Matt Neverett and Tom King. Glad you could be with us. A preview of Turkey Bowl 2017, which is, well, it's a good 2 months away still.
And both of these teams, you know, in talking to these coaches leading up to the game, they said that they wanted to evolve. So there's a very, very good chance that the styles of play that we're seeing tonight are not the ones that will be employed on Thanksgiving, which is now which is a night game this year.
Night game, right? Well, yeah. Second year in a row they've done that.
Yeah. So normally a 10 a.m. start, you know, historically, but now a night game, prime time, baby, under the lights.
It was a great game last year. You know, goal line stand by the Panthers to win the game.
You like the change of game time?
Yeah, I do. You know why? I like having Thanksgiving off. How's that? How's that for selfish reasons?
That works. Sean Holland trying to come up with something here on 2nd and goal from the 2. And
flag
why not? Gives it to Pacheco for a touchdown. And a flag flies.
Somebody might have jumped off early. There couldn't have been 12 men this time because the 11th man was running onto the field as they were getting ready to snap it.
Maybe he didn't get off.
Oh, they only had 10 on. They brought the 11th one on as they were getting ready to go.
Yep.
Well, if the 11's coming on.
But Coach Roby mentions that if the person that comes on the field doesn't make it past the numbers, then
it's an illegal substitution.
Because he was running in right as they were getting ready to snap the ball.
Yeah, but he's running in it's motion. He's running in.
Did we catch it in the replay? Or?
Right here, that's Amiga, or Downing rather, at the top of the screen.
Oh, they must have been legally shifting as the ball was being snapped.
Yeah, because they were
they weren't set.
Running around it, and that's on Holland for not noticing where his team was on that far side of the field.
Don't pick on the possible subject of my column for tomorrow. Come on.
Well, he knew that it was going to be a run play, so I'm sure he was not even looking out to that side. But as the quarterback, especially as you mentioned, Tom, a three-year starter, you got to be able to understand where you are at on the field and where the rest of your team is.
South going back to that formation.
Well, I think he knows where they are right now.
The receiver,
my
you see
guess
at the
is
top.
you got three,
Agor, Downing, and Amigo.
It's trips left to the top of your screen. My guess is he goes.
He hands it off to Pacheco, and he is inside the 5.
That was not my guess.
Glad you didn't get that guess on it.
3rd and goal
Kevin
from about
Linscott
the 2.
on the tackle.
Would not be the least bit surprised, John, to see them go with that exact same play call, just a jam up the middle.
Steve Larkin is number 12 for North. He made the tackle.
I don't know.
That's a long 2.
That is a long 2. I don't think this is a running play. If it is, it's going to be the quarterback running it.
I think you got to move him out of the pocket, get him out to that left side.
So we saw a pass interference call in a situation like this.
You've got a linebacker on that right side just unblocked.
He's going to throw it, and in traffic, it's knocked down.
Great
really
that's the old Super Bowl slant, and he almost did what Russell Wilson did. Watch.
And it was Curtis Harris, the freshman. You can see him at the goal line right there with the cast on the right hand, just slipping that left hand in there.
Knocks it out, and Jenkins was there as well.
Jenkins got a hand in the passing lane.
It as well.
Yeah. Here we go.
Same formation.
4th down and goal.
I want the
big
quarterback.
play here.
I want the quarterback running the ball.
Holland's going to hand it off. Pacheco is tackled immediately.
Not the play.
Immediate tackle by the Titans.
They knew that was coming. I want the play action to Pacheco, and then Holland take off and around the end, one side or the other.
Wow.
We saw them call that on the 2-point conversion on South's first score
Here
of the game.
it is. I mean, they didn't really get a chance to use Holland's speed on this play.
No, because he handed the ball off rather than keep it.
And that was a designed run, not a read at all, because if it was the read, granted,
Jenkins
North did have the other
around
man in
the
there.
end.
Don't like that play because, A, he's getting the ball from about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's too much of a head start.
So the Titans trying to come up. Jenkins breaks
Watch
free.
Out.
First down. Great job of bringing it out deep in his own end by Jenkins and giving his team some breathing room here.
That was Nevin Roy, who saved an extra 20 yards at least with the shoestring tackle.
Second huge stop inside the 5 in this game by the Titans defense. Maldonado has it, and he gets taken down by his shoe tops. Falls forward for maybe a yard, and it's going to be 2nd and long. Gained a half a yard, so 2nd and just about 10 still for the Titans. Maldonado takes a rest as he comes to the sideline. Will Mike Lovelace and the Titans offense dare throw the ball this deep in their own end in a close game? The pitch, Jenkins trying to get outside, cuts it up, and is stopped after a short
I think
game.
he might have been better off if he did cut outside.
Yep.
And a big play upcoming.
Somebody's slow to get up.
For the South defense, because if they're able to make a stop here, North will punt the ball. You can put that on record. And it's going to be good field position coming down once again here in the 4th.
Yeah, 3rd and 7. 2 receivers.
You know what, if I'm throwing the ball here, I'm throwing it to the side because I don't want to throw it over the middle.
Well, that's been his MO the whole game, Tom.
Gotta watch Austin Millette on the slant in. He's going deep. Down the field, he's got it in, and Willette had 2 steps on the covered people.
Wide open.
Yeah. If it was a better thrown pass, you might have seen another replay here.
Here it is. Look at it. Look at how wide open.
Off to the races if he catches it.
Not the first time we've seen that tonight from Lovelace.
True.
Intended for Willette, and just too much mustard on it, and a good stand by Nashua South after not getting the touchdown or points at all on that last drive, and they're going to be set up with some pretty good field position coming off this punt.
Sam Nichols will be doing the punting for North.
Almost blocked.
Nearly.
Almost.
Got it blocked in the backfield.
You gotta stay away from it, and that's what he does.
Tanner Plourd gets away from it, and it rolls to a stop at the 35. 1st and 10 for the Titans, who actually have a chance to come down the field, score, and take a lead here. Down by 6. How about that? South was so close to taking a 2-score lead. And again, they get stopped for the 2nd time.
And the Titans have used some opportunistic defense tonight to really keep themselves in it. They were down by 2 scores at one point for just the single drive. And the first drive of the 2nd half for Nashua North was a good one, got them to 15 points. And they're 1 stop away from keeping this one interesting late.
Sean Holland sends Amigo in motion and fakes the handoff. He'll keep it. Breaking to the right. Holland at the 45, midfield, out of bounds. 1st down.
See, that kind of misdirection play, I think would have worked very well inside the 5-yard line.
And I'm surprised after the success that they had on that 2-point conversion early on that they don't have Holland on those design runs to the outside with the limited real estate near the goal line.
This is a different game. I think it's, I think it's the North-South thing. I think they know them so well that they're not going to try a lot of their stuff.
Kevin Maldonado again trying to get too much of a jump on defense. Jumps offside, encroachment call. And it'll be 1st down and 5 for South. Ball spotted at North's 44. So the Titan defense that's come up big several times, being really taxed here physically as they stay on the field for extended periods of time. Holland sprinting to the wide side, lost the handle, looked like, or he just decided not to throw it. He cuts it back to the right, the 30. He's got a block. He's trying to outrun the last man, and he is. What happened? Pick that up.
He hit the pylon. But once he hits the pylon, doesn't that end the play?
We have the replay of the end of that play, so we're going to watch this carefully. We have a flag behind the play.
26-yard line anyway.
First, I want to see who this flag is on.
It's going to be on. It's going to be on South.
They're bringing it all the way back.
Yeah,
and
it's all coming back.
A long run like that, especially one where your ball carrier reverses fields, almost always you're going to get at least a hold.
But see, I'd like to see the end of that play. It's a hold. If he hits the pylon and has the ball in his hands,
here it is, Tom. The replay of
that should end the play if there was no penalty. All right, so
he was out of bounds at the 6. Yeah, he was out at the 6.
So
his
right
foot, yeah.
All right.
That would have been interesting. But yeah, it would have been a touchback, I think.
Nonetheless, they're still going to be in a good spot on the field inside the north 40-yard line.
So Holland's run still produces a
13
first
yards
down.
and a first down. He's got 29 yards on his last 2 carries.
And he will hand this one off. Pacheco, huge hole. Jason Pacheco, the 10, the 5. He is in for the touchdown.
Jalen Pacheco with a 36-yard run. No one
Jalen
there.
Pacheco has run through a few holes that, as I said, you could fit 3 or 4 Jalen's through.
And we talked about it earlier, falling forward, doing so there into the end zone, dragging about 4 Titan defenders with him.
As you will see right here, Jalen Pacheco is tough to bring
nice
down.
cut, good blocking on the interior, but it was the alignment. The defense wasn't set up for an outside type play, and Pacheco ran where they weren't.
That makes it a 27-15 advantage for South. Trying to add a 2-point conversion to the total.
Look at this formation, John.
Yeah, very strange.
As long as there's 7 men on the line of scrimmage, you can do whatever you want.
Is I think an eligible guy, Slotman eligible, rolling to his right. Holland under pressure immediately, throws it to the underman, and a flag flies. I don't know what that's for. We'll have to wait on the call.
It's against South, so it will be
Illegal
declined.
lineman downfield.
Penalties declined, 2-point no good.
That's the only downside of those exotic formations on the 2-point conversion is that you gotta make sure that you're doing everything by the books, because the referees, it's easy for them to call that. They'll find something to call on those plays. You got to make sure that everybody who is supposed to be eligible as reported, and everyone who is not stays within a couple of yards of the line of scrimmage.
Well, it looks like a closer game than it is, really. 27-15, that means that North needs 2 touchdowns, minimum, to get back in this one. So, yeah, 8 points and a field goal leave you 1 short. So they need 2 touchdowns. And South in the driver's seat right now. If they can come up with a stop on North's next possession especially. We saw South take 7 or 8 minutes off the clock near the end of the first half. So this next possession is a huge one for the Titans.
Well, especially with the way that the Panthers have been running the ball. I mean, they're really able to get 5-6 yards per run rather in this second half, it seems. So even more so than in the first half, where most of their success came through the air. They've been really just jamming the ball through this defensive front of the Titans.
I'll tell you one thing we haven't seen. I don't know if we've seen one this year, Tom. A kickoff return for a touchdown.
We haven't.
Both sides have had good coverage. Really good, decent enough special teams for either side this game.
Well, mindful of that, they're just going to kick a roller. And it's picked up by number 3, Sam Ali, who gets loose down the sideline a little bit. Nice return by Ali.
Yeah, not the field position you want.
Ryan Ali.
Not what you want if you're South, to give them the ball all the way up there.
Yeah, they just seem to be so cautious, not wanting to yield a big run back. They give up good field position.
And I was waiting for you to jinx it again.
I know.
You had the call before the play on the fumble on the kickoff to start the second half. I was waiting for them to run that kickoff back.
Been something, huh?
I would have given you some
quick
props
score
for that, yeah.
I don't give him credit for anything.
I noticed. Shotgun, Loveless.
Did you figure out that Bluetooth thing?
Yeah, actually.
Did you?
I did.
Good.
I took it out to the car with your coaching.
Yep.
Loveless back to pass, throws deep down the right side and over the head of Montminy. Had a step on the defender.
I really think the difference in this second half is Sean Holland's ability to run and get some space and some big yardage. Keep drives going. I really do. You know, and of course he's great with his quarterback. I mean, the South receivers are doing a great job with yards after the catch.
Yeah, maybe taking advantage of a tired defense. Holland using his legs to eat up a lot of yards and take his team down the field for a couple of big scores. Under 9 minutes to go. Loveless in the shotgun, dropping straight back, heaving it down the left hash. He's got a man off the chest plate. of Mike Levitt.
Now, there's
Matt
going to be
Levitt.
contact on that play eventually. Just a matter of whether he can hold on to the ball when he got hit. Wasn't able to.
And that's one of those ones where the coaches will teach you that where you got to catch it with the hands extended, because if you try to catch a ball like that, especially with you in the air, off that chest protector of the shoulder pads, it's just going to go straight off. So you got to get the hands out, soft hands, and catch that one out in front of the face, especially with your back turned towards the defense.
NashuaETV production team doing a great job of getting us shots of key players after they make plays, right after. You saw Tony Yegor and Steve Larkin right there. Actually, number 12 for South was Devin Linscott, made a great play.
Swallowed up there.
Yeah,
Loveless.
Nothing there for Loveless on 4th down and 10. They'll have to make a decision. Actually, it's going to be a loss. 4th down and 13.
Yeah, he tried to come up in the pocket, designed run it looked like later on, and then dropped back and then swallowed up by a couple of South defenders. And this play right now with 8 minutes and 17 seconds and counting, a 2-score game, Nashua South up 12. This could be the make or break play for the game for Nashua North.
Yeah, good point. As South gets this ball back, they will eat some clock. Loveless throws it down. He's got a man and he missed him. The defender had fallen down. Amigo lost his footing, and Waston Willett was by himself, and unfortunately, it is just a misfire by Loveless.
And the reason why is because he thought Willett would probably keep running over the middle, and he didn't. He stopped, and the pass was just out of his reach.
Miscommunication.
That's a play one way or another that Loveless has to make. The situation in the game and just how wide open Willett was there. You've got to find a way. You see him so much space around him from the defender Amigo falling. Take an extra half a beat. Make sure that you know that the play's going to stop.
I think Willett stopped a little bit. I think if he had just taken another 2 steps, he makes that catch.
Kevin Maldonado ripping at that football as the Titans tackled number 28 for South, Joseph Buterla.
And now with under 8 minutes and counting, you're going to see the pace for this Panther offense slow down. They're on the Titans' half of the field. A couple of first downs, and they're in Golden Goal territory.
Slow down a little bit, but they'll put the ball in the air if they have to get first downs.
I would expect the first 3rd down and longer than maybe 3-4 yards. That ball's going through the air.
$7:17 remaining in the game. Making the handoff. Holland's going to hold on to it, but it's Maldonado with a great tackle in the backfield. Unfortunately, one of the Titans players clutching his right leg is number 76. Jordan Smith is down.
But Maldonado's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah.
Offensively, defensively, a couple of long runs and a couple of big game-saving tackles.
It looks like Jordan Smith indicated that somebody hit his knee from the side.
Just cut under him. Yeah, he looks to be in some serious pain right there as he's getting checked out.
Seven minutes to go. We have an injury timeout here at Stellos.
And John, just as the game was starting to speed up.
Yeah. Jordan Smith, Jr.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's going to make his way to the sideline, though, under his own power, which is a good thing.
What do you feed these big guys?
I don't know. Whatever it is.
$150 of food a week.
Whatever it is, none of us are eating it.
I know.
I think you got to start them on that diet real early on. I think we're a little bit past that stage.
Yeah. Jordan in a bit of pain as he makes his way.
How was the minor league ballpark diet this summer?
Oh, not bad. Yeah, I was down in Birmingham, Alabama, AA affiliate for the White Sox. Yeah, the Barons. Everyone always says that's the team Jordan played for, right? And I've been a million times. Yep, for that 1 year, 1994. But yeah, beautiful ballpark and a great experience.
How were the crowds?
What's their feature food?
Oh, they have a whole corner devoted to Terry Francona, Tito's Cantina.
Long pass from Hollins, underthrown and picked off. A big pick play by number 3 for the Titans, Ryan Ali. Oh, Tom, it's a uncharacteristic throw there for...
Underthrown.
Yeah, Sean Holland.
You've got, here it is, right?
He saw the pressure.
Yeah, he saw the pressure. The pressure helped create the interception. That's a classic example right there.
I'll tell you what, you got to credit Ali for staying step for step with Amigo. He was not open.
No, he wasn't. And what Holland would have done is if he wasn't pressured, he would have stepped in the throw, and it would have been beyond Amigo. So it would have been up to Amigo to catch up to it.
And a short gain here, or maybe none, for R.J. Jenkins. So as far as taking time off the clock, mission not accomplished for South.
Jenkins doubled over in a bit of pain as well.
Yeah.
He's been a guy who we called his name a bunch of times in that first drive. First drive of the second half as well, he got involved, but since then they have really struggled to find ways to get him the ball in space.
North has struggled in their passing game, but they have to click here if they want to get back in this game. Willett makes a move, is still crawling forward. They don't give him the extra, though.
He's the most dangerous receiver in terms of elusivity on the field.
Third and 4 with 5:40 to go. You would imagine North might even go for it if they don't make this 4-yard play here. He's going to throw it. It's completed. Willett's out of bounds with the first down.
They've had Amigo backing off on the pressure, and they take advantage of it twice in a row as Willett wide open in space for the second play in a row.
Did he see the replay? How much of a cushion he gave him?
Oh, that's at least 5-10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
About 5 yards.
And they took it. They took full advantage.
Well, you know what? You've got to give them that cushion here. You got a 12-point lead. You don't want to get beat deep. Give them they'll take that short pass all night. They'll let them have it.
Good point. Straight drop after the fake handoff, going down the field.
This is the one they don't want to give up. That's the one.
Yeah.
No one there. A little bit of confusion, a misdirection on the route.
Yeah, I think he was thinking that Tony Agor was going to go straight down the field, and he broke it off inside. Oh, not Agor. Sorry, it was might have been Mont down here at the bottom of the screen. Agor was in coverage. He was the closest one to the ball. Second down. Lovelace steps up, throws it deep down the field. He's got a man off the hand. I think it was Amigo breaking that up.
It was. What a great tomahawk play by Amigo.
Let's see that again.
He gets his hand and just knocks it down. Watch it. Roulette's going to have this ball.
Puts it on the money.
Got it. And there's the arm right there. The left arm gets it loose.
And it was the right arm on the body as well for Amigo, able to kind of space out that reach around. He had him right there and then swung the left.
I'll tell you what, Amigo is a very fundamentally sound football player. He's not a bad baseball player either.
In the shotgun again, Lovelace.
Ooh,
trying to run out of traffic.
Sean Holland moves.
He's got a blocker, cuts it up.
No, not going to happen.
And the suplex, as you described it, Matt, again by Brendan Frost. It's his favorite move.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen him do it. I mean, may as well when you get the chance. Did you see the play last night? South Carolina State, North Carolina Central was one of the top plays on ESPN this morning. It was a goal line play to try to end the game for South Carolina State. He went up in the air, was grabbed by a North Carolina Central defender and slammed to the ground, much like Frost did there.
You have to check that out. It's a complete. No, it's not completed, and South's going to take this ball over on downs.
What a hit.
Matt Levitt, the intended receiver, and taken down immediately as the ball bounced on the turf, incomplete.
And that was Tanner Plord, who Coach Scott Knight told us is as good a tackler as there is in the area. And he showed you there.
Yep.
Just put the head down, ran right through his man. And this might do it, because if Nashua South is able to run off about 3-4 minutes, even if they don't score, there's not enough time left for Nashua North with the way that they've been playing to maybe even score one. Yeah, they have really struggled offensively since that touchdown in the second half.
North's offense losing steam in the critical moments of the fourth quarter here, and as you see, Sean Holland just trying to run some time. He keeps it to the right with both hands on the ball.
And they did this on the last drive before Holland threw the interception. but they're going to run that play clock. They're going to let it keep going, take off about a minute, a little bit over a minute between two plays. I mean, they are really able to stretch this game out now, and especially with the way that Holland has been running and the success of Pacheco in the second half. We haven't even seen Pacheco much in this fourth quarter.
This is true. Pacheco ready to take the handoff. As you see, he's in the backfield with Holland. Fewer handoffs, fewer opportunities to fumble. Migo. Holland keeps it and is content to get no yards.
That's a nice play. They have Migo go in motion, and everybody's going to follow him. And the only thing is Holland runs it up the middle. I'd love to see him cut it the other way.
Well, the difference between Holland and Lovelace on these read options is that Holland, you can tell, has the freedom to really pull it out of the belly whenever he wants. A lot of times with Lovelace, he just kind of gives it off and puts the hands up and gets out of the way.
Right. Makes it easier for the defense to know that who's got the ball.
You want to, as the quarterback, you want to keep that in the gut for as long as possible. Really keep the defense guessing.
Be shocked if he throws it here, but he does. He's going to throw it, and it is knocked down. Good coverage by Austin Willett on Tony Igor.
And he just threw it right behind him. A good throw that leads the receiver there would have been a completion at around the 15-yard line. But yeah, just threw it right behind him, stepping up in the pocket. A little bit too much movement for my liking in the feet as he was throwing it.
Well, too close to punt it and not wanting to kick a field goal that might get blocked. They're going to go for it here, up by 2 scores on 4th and 8.
Wide open formation.
They're probably going to throw it again. One-step drop. He had a man. He overthrew Amigo.
Amigo was going all the way.
Yep.
Just got held up a little bit around the 18, and that slowed him up just a hair.
With Curtis Harris playing this game with a cast on his right wrist.
As a freshman.
Wow.
So we'll see.
Credit to him.
The Panthers had an opportunity there if they were able to get a single first down to run the clock down to about 2 minutes. They're at 3:31 right now with a 27-15 lead. But if they were able to get a first down on that last drive, that would have effectively ended the game because they would have been able to take it to at least 2 minutes.
Straight drop, Lovelace deep down the field, and it is over the head of Austin Willett.
Boy, had a player wide open down the middle, but was going for Roulette. There was a receiver wide open.
And he has not looked over the middle.
That would have been
really
Matt
the
Levitt on
game,
number 85, who was open down the middle, and Lovelace really didn't think about that. I think he was going Willett all the way.
Well, that's been his game all night.
It has,
Let down the sideline equals a throw to him.
Entering the game, South was 1-2, North 2-1, and that is a misfire.
And an underthrow, you could tell right away. Coaches will tell you when you're throwing the ball, you want to have the tip of the ball going upwards. That's what creates that arc on your throw. That one, you could tell immediately. He was throwing it like a baseball, so they say, where the angle was downwards and he was coming down on it. Resulted in the underthrow and a third down and 10 upcoming.
Jenkins wrapped up at the line. As the clock continues to roll down to the 3-minute mark, Jenkins slow to get up.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, John, and say if they're not able to get this conversion, that's it.
I would be
3 minutes.
Fine to agree with you.
3
no
minutes.
Chance for an onside kick or anything. It's not going to work.
Yeah, 3 minutes is not enough time with the way that this offense has gone in the fourth quarter.
Lovelace back to pass down the right side. It is picked off. Amigo trying to take it in for the score.
He does.
Wow. Alex Amigo celebrating not only a pick six, not only a touchdown, but basically a South victory with that play. As you'll see it again.
Just jumped the route, and it was off to the races. Made a man miss.
Interception return.
And we were saying that might do it if they don't convert it. That's it right there. 3-score game now.
Yeah.
Just over 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and Alex Amigo, ice in his veins, clinching it for the Panthers in the Battle of the Bridge. And not enough men out there.
Let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They need another guy.
They're calling strongly for one of the linemen to get out there. There he is.
Nevin, right guard.
Oh, Nevin.
And the kick is Joshua Martin through the uprights. What's our new total? 34-15. Well, that score not a good indication of how good a game this was.
Right.
Yeah, back and forth the whole time. And, you know, the South just opportunistic at the end, able to pull out the scores when they needed them. They needed a defensive stop on that last drive. They got one better on the interception return for a touchdown by Alex Amigo.
I guess we reloaded the play, the big pick by Amigo. Now he's going to try to make the run after the catch.
Inside, outside, touchdown for Amigo. And now Lovelace and this Titans offense, very predictable. They're going to have to go through the air unless they've resigned themselves to the end result.
Yeah, there you see the kick returners back to receive. Sam Nichols and Ryan Ali on the right, and Joshua Martin getting set to kick it off from the 40. One of the up men is going to pick it up. Number 26 for North is Spencer DeRosier.
2:37 left in this game, a 34-15 score. South taking advantage of a couple of late miscues.
See if Lovelace is back out there with their starting offense.
I think you have to here. First couple of plays, a big cushion. They're going to complete some passes over the middle.
See if they heave one downfield. They're going to hand it off to Jenkins, and he takes a hard hit. Number 31.
And a flag.
Are they going to call a late hit or a head-to-head?
I don't know, but we got a trainer all of a sudden running right out onto the field very quickly.
They called it a headshot.
Yeah.
Jenkins is all right. He, like you said, John, took a hefty shot. He's walking right to the sideline.
Right. Jalen Pacheco packs a wall up. And a lot of times, I think, with those plays, it's not really the case of the player targeting the head, but it just so happens.
It's just an instinctive play, and the way that Jenkins fell was right into him.
Yeah.
Pacheco, as good a linebacker as there is around in this West Division.
Yeah.
And
when you see a linebacker charging somebody, and think basically their intent is to drive their shoulder into the guy, and then inadvertently you see the heads come together, and it looks bad, you know, but doesn't mean there was intent. But they still have to call it, because that's we've learned that about football, that is the one thing you want to avoid, the head-to-head contact, or head-to-knee or anything else contact with the head. Lovelace fakes the handoff, throws it deep down the left side, and it's overthrown by a step intended by Montminy.
And Agor able to get a hand on it and knock it down, although I think that pass...
Oh, 17 actually, Nick Bala.
Yeah, that throw was out of the reach of the receiver, but a good job by Agor to pursue the ball anyway and knock it down. But just over 2 minutes here, 2:06 left.
Ball in the 43, Lovelace under pressure, and he's swallowed up. Taking him down at the bottom of that pile was number 53, Brandon Martin, junior defensive lineman. He's 5'8" and 240. Good shot of Brandon Martin.
Yeah. I'll have what he's having.
Yeah, he's got a lot of groceries that he takes home.
The food bills are going out of control.
Yeah. Flushed out of the pocket. Lovelace is going to tuck it under his arm and run down the left sideline until he runs out of room.
Short of the first down.
Just short of it.
And that'll turn the ball over on downs, and that ought to
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Yep, that was fourth down, so it's South's ball. Yep.
All right, guys, been a pleasure.
Tom King, thank you.
We'll do it again.
Yes, sir. Good to see you again.
Tom's got a deadline to make.
He doesn't want to hang out with us anyway.
That's really
Can you blame him then?
He was with us while it was a tight game. 1:18 remaining in this one, and South will be in the victory formation, I would think, unless they're going to put maybe their second unit out there. No, it's Sean Holland and the starters back out to seal the deal.
Let him finish it out here. A couple of runs. $1:18 left. I'm just going to run this ball out.
Pacheco. Montmany with the tackle. Nicely done. So Titans and South can start looking forward to who they're playing next week, Matt.
And the all-time rivalry now moving to 59-59 between these two teams.
How about that? Because of this win by South.
Yep, so evening up the rivalry. These two teams were even in the two matchups that they faced last year, and now even in the all-time series. And again, this is not the last time that they will face off this year. And shameless self-plug, I've got a sports talk show tomorrow morning from 7 to 9 on WSMN 1590, the Saturday Sports Report. And we're going to be talking about this game. We're going to be talking about the Merrimack-Alvern game. And Keene and BG tentatively rescheduled for Monday.
Awesome.
But that's
Monday?
Tentatively scheduled for Monday here. Keene, number of players with a staph infection. But the Saturday Sports Report tomorrow morning, 7 to 9, featuring yours truly on WSMN 1590 AM, 7 to 9.
We'll be there. We'll get up. We'll set the alarm clock. That'll do it. South will be hosting Timberlane here at Stellos next week. North will be at Merrimack. South with the momentum of this big 34-15 win over Nashua High North. For Matt Neverett, Tom King, our great camera crew, Scott Silva, Frank Wall, and Tim O'Neill, Jim McLean, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. It's South, the winner of the 2017 Battle of the Bridge football game, 34-15. Good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.